test and learning and turning into a better me.
It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
I got all the voters. I swear to God, I've been at it for a minute. Climbing to the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting and building up in a million different ways. I don't think I can stop, I think I need the chase. I love the race, and I'm running till I'm first place. Long nights, long flights, I'ma make it big. Big dreams, big sights since I was a kid. Doing things that I like, let the pieces fit. I like the pain, feel alive when I'm under it. I could change, adapt, do what I need to. All these obstacles, they look and see through. Don't let the anger out, just let it feed you. I'll see you at the top, just let me teach you.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer, I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor, I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters, you could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
They be like, really, you got a milli from doing something silly? I'm like, chilly, I've been killing for decades now, Billy. Well, maybe like several years, but who's counting really? I just know how to turn something silly into a milli. Got a lot to say, and a lot need to hear it. You don't quit today, we don't stop, no, we feel it to the top. Yeah, we change our whole world, yeah, we steer it. Getting lost in the things that make us all worth hearing. I'm the first one to turn up, learn stuff, but mostly I'm just in the lab getting work done. Cause the bills on the first, they still worth some. I never forget being broke, man, it hurts, son. But not as bad as not having any purpose. I took stabs, this and that, and it's working. But I still grind every day for that thirst. It's a curse being first, yeah, still gotta get my work done.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer, I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor, I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters, you could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
Yeah, let's go. New year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see. Work hard every day, work hard, then we play. I'll be doing everything in my own damn way. Ain't nobody tell me shit, I'm on top of it. Writing hits that make other people feel like writing hits. We gon' get every little goal that we wanna get. Never quit, we don't even know what it means to quit. Write it down, what you want, what you need, what you see. Everything that you wanna be. Put it out in the world, that's your destiny. In your mind, what you need is to have believe. I'm gonna make it to the top, cause I never stop. My own switch doesn't have enough. I think it's broken, I think it's lost. I guess that's why I never take a loss.
New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win.
Make a deal with yourself that you'll get after it. Find something that you love, call it passionate. Or find some passion and leave it behind, adequate. Your journey starts now, time to make it happen then. You could be great, have it your way. Served up like some room service on a nice plate. The high life is only hours a day away from making a change to the life that you chase. New year, new you, new day. Go prove to yourself you can do anything you wanna do. When you set your mind to something big that you choose, break it down to the root, chip away, gotta move. Push past all your limitations. Right now consider this an invitation. Make your worth go up like inflation, and start chasing your dreams, stop waiting.
New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down what you see, don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down what you see, don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. You cannot stop me, I'ma make it to the top spicy. Call a covenant, not cocky. You cannot break me, this world's mine for the taking. Got an itch, man, I'm making. Oh, I'll keep my head down and grind and be patient. I'll take a stab at the top and the sailing. They can all try, but you cannot contain it. Cause I see the things that I want and I take on my goal. Push myself to the brink, no limit. Do what it takes to be free, committed. I'm a little obsessed with things, I'll admit it. But that's what it takes to get a freedom ticket. Got a killer instinct and it's just the beginning. Breaking down walls and the hurt start thinning. And the more you push it, the fast start trimming. Till you're the only one standing up straight, winning all.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
for the taking. You just gotta wanna keep chasing, pursue everything you're facing. Keep up with the pace and adrenaline rush starts racing. Get through all the things you hate in. Don't let the others in charge of your dreams. They just don't know what it takes to be seen. You see the ship take control of your team, and if you're alone, then a one-man army. So you better be starving, and you better be carving. Through the hate, keep marching, and every day keep charging ahead till you get what you want, what you dream. Regret is a thing of the past, and you'll see that you always had it inside. It's the key to make the most of this life. Believe.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go.
Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best teacher system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing.
You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Purpose is better than any drug you could ever think. If you know why you're doing something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing, like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
Realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. I got all the voters.
I swear to God, I've been at it for a minute. Climbing to the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting and building up in a million different ways. I don't think I can stop, I think I need the chase. I love to race, and I'm running till I'm first place. Long nights, long flights, I'ma make it big. Big dreams, big sights since I was a kid. Doing things that I like, let the pieces fit. I like the pain, feel alive when I'm under it. I could change, adapt, do what I need to. All these obstacles, they looking see-through. Don't let the anger out, just let it feed you. I'll see you at the top, just let me teach you.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller. Move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor. I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
They be like, really, you got a milli from doing something silly? I'm like, chilly, I've been killing for decades now, Billy. Well, maybe like several years, but who's counting really? I just know how to turn something silly into a milli. Got a lot to say, and a lot need to hear it. You don't quit today, we don't stop, no, we feel it to the top. Yeah, we change our whole world, yeah, we steer it. Getting lost in the things that make us all worth hearing. I'm the first one to turn up, learn stuff, but mostly I'm just in the lab getting work done. Cause the bills on the first, they still worth some. I never forget being broke, man, it hurts, son. But not as bad as not having any purpose. I took stabs, this and that, and it's working. But I still grind every day for that thirst. It's a curse being first, yeah, still gotta get my work done.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller. Move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor. I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
Yeah, let's go.
New year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see. Work hard every day, work hard, then we play. I'll be doing everything in my own damn way. Ain't nobody tell me shit, I'm on top of it. Writing hits that make other people feel like writing hits. We gon' get every little goal that we wanna get. Never quit, we don't even know what it means to quit. Write it down, what you want, what you need, what you see. Everything that you wanna be. Put it out in the world, that's your destiny. In your mind, what you need is to have believe. I'm gon' make it to the top. Cause I never stop, my on switch doesn't have enough. I think it's broken, I think it's lost. I guess that's why I never take a loss. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe. And you will succeed, put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe. And you will succeed, put the hours in, and you're bound to win. Make a deal with yourself that you'll get after it. Find something that you love, call it passionate. Or find some passion in leaving behind, gotta quit. Your journey starts now, time to make it happen. And you could be great, have it your way. Served up like some room service on a nice plate. The high life is only hours a day away from making a change to the life that you chase. New year, new you, new day. Go prove to yourself you could do anything you wanna do. When you set your mind to something big that you choose, break it down to the root, chip away, gotta move. Push past all your limitations. Right now consider this an invitation. Make your worth go up like inflation. And start chasing your dreams, stop waiting. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe. And you will succeed, put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe. And you will succeed, put the hours in, and you're bound to win.
And welcome back, everybody, to Season 3's Grand Finals here for PUBG. It is going to be a very interesting game here as we watched yesterday Tryhards versus Blinders come to a fast end. And today, it is me again, Edu, joined on the mic with Holler. Holler, what do we got going on? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, as we know, here at Plausible Productions, it's a community a day. It's a community event. It's a community-driven Season 3 here of Counter-Strike 2. And with, of course, Counter-Strike being a new game that here at Plausible Productions we have been putting into our LFG and a lot of effort into our Discord, it's now maybe time to showcase what exactly our community is capable of, because now we have a new style of a giveaway. We're planning on giving away two pretty dang expensive skins here, two stat tracks for either CT or the T side, the M4A1S or the 8K. It's going to come down to how you guys want to interact with our channel. If you guys are interested in just taking a peek at that wonderful gleam.io link to hopefully get some entries into that giveaway. But of course, I believe we should be able to get on into this game shortly, and maybe let's talk a bit about it. So, Holler, let me ask you, how are we feeling now that we are jumping to our wonderful matchup here?
I mean, hey, Edu, we saw what Tryhards were up to yesterday, and once again, these are the guys that are going to be playing in front of our eyes today. So yeah, just we already know what to expect from them, but on the other side, we have the big head on our hands, and we are going to see what kind of medal they can actually give to Tryhards today. Will they be able to stop their complete domination, or will they be just completely dominated by them as well? So yeah, that is exactly what we're going to be looking out for today. I haven't personally really seen the big head play previously, because once again, community tournament, new name in here. These guys may or may not have potential, but that is going to be what it is going to become evident soon enough.
Yeah, and honestly, what we have seen from the big head, not exactly much because of how we did yesterday's stream. We weren't able to see the behind the scenes of the last semifinals, but Tryhards, we know them. We know this team quite well. They do play a lot here at the wonderful PGCS Season 1. They were the team that really kind of won our hearts there. Now, I'm back here for Season 3, and they are dominant. I mean, they're Deagle Demons. We saw that yesterday. But of course, getting on into this game, it's going to be very interesting to see how the big head is going to be able to really shine here as we are getting in that. So, as we do plan on jumping into that game, a little bit before we jump on into that wonderful vetoes, see what maps we might be jumping into, Holler, let's talk a little bit more about the PGCS Season 3 of Counter-Strike. I gotta know, how are we doing this giveaway here, Holler?
I mean, hey, this is a brand new campaign setup. It is going to be replacing the previous clip competition, but now it is a wonderful site that you can easily go to. There's a list. I think there's at least 9 different actions that you can take to accumulate different points, and that is going to be your incentive to win different kind of rewards. Multiple easy actions, just like you can just follow the Twitch channel, follow up on YouTube, just join the stream, maybe repost a tweet or two. Just so many different things you can do to just gain points and then claim your rewards at the end. So yeah, just a really cool. It's super simple and really cool. So yeah, I think. It's just, if I wasn't doing this cast right now, I would be doing it as well.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, what we're looking at here is a lot of opportunities for you guys to kind of just showcase, hey, I'm here, I'm at Plausible Gaming, and I want to get something from it. You take a peek over at our gleam.io link. If you guys just enter using Twitch, you get 1 point. If you follow the Twitch channel, which if you're hearing my voice right now, most likely you're already seeing it, so that gives you 5 points. And with the combination of joining Twitch and using 5 points, you're already twice as many points you need to get on into the giveaway. And of course, it's not just having to do it on Twitch. I mean, if you manage to follow us on YouTube or visit us on YouTube and follow us on Twitter or X, you're also going to be able to get even more entries. And of course, like any other giveaway, the more entries that you have, the higher your chances of winning. And there are a lot of great things to win. But if you are hearing about this giveaway, you might notice the enter the secret code idea, and that of course is going to be a secret code that we as the hosts, as the commentators for this event, will be letting you know when it's in the chat, and maybe just a little bit verbally here. So pay attention, keep the stream unmuted. You get that secret code, it's gonna give you so many entries to prove you are an active listener of Plausible's season 3 of Counter-Strike. And if Plausible Gaming is where you're currently at, then we might as well give back to you. So raise your hand, say that you're here, and we'll be able to reward that. So of course, if you don't know, let's get you guys into this giveaway. It's going to be for a pretty solid StatTrak M4A1S leaded glass and a StatTrak AK-47 Phantom Disruptor. So really solid skins, and ever since that CSGO into CS2 bubble burst for how much money these skins are worth, you want to get in on that just pretty solid giveaway. But Holler, let's start talking skill. Let's start talking maps. What can we be expecting here? We saw a little bit of Nuke. We saw a potential for a Mirage. We did get to see an interesting Inferno match. So look, let's just think about what we can see here.
I mean, hey, yesterday we didn't get to see the staple of the maps, right? I mean, you have Dust 2, you have Mirage. Those weren't played yesterday. You know, all these teams, tryhards just went on to Inferno, completely dominated Blinders, and after that we were on Nuke, and that is exactly the same story that followed. But today I am kind of hoping for these guys to, you know, pick some staple maps, maybe go on Dust 2, you know, those crispy long takes. On Mirage, maybe I want to see some mid contentions come through, because those are the maps that really, you know, make Counter-Strike feel like Counter-Strike. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping, because these guys do go on that. But other than that, that one map I'm kind of looking forward to is a pretty recent addition. That is going to be Train, obviously, because it is a pretty new map. It has been here for ages, of course, but just added into CS2, it is pretty different now. It's being played differently. So yeah, I'm also kind of interested in seeing how tryhards are going to be doing on that. We have seen them play against teams like Takeo on Train in the previous seasons of Plausible Gaming of Counter-Strike, but yeah, I'm just really interested to see how they're going to do in this one. So yeah, high hopes and fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen a decent amount of bans on maps that were really dominant earlier in the Counter-Strike 2 season, or at least when Counter-Strike 2 first got up there. So, you know, we saw bans on, you know, Abyss and an Ancient, but let's see what the bans from these teams are as we're jumping on to our wonderful vetoes. Let's take a peek, and it looks like the first ban is already mousing over Ancient here, so pretty solid. Now Ancient, I understand it. It's pretty much just a slightly better version of Aztec, if you guys know the very old maps of Counter-Strike. And then another ban onto Anubis. So both of the newer sided maps for Counter-Strike's competitive scene already where people don't want to be. They want to have a return to old, which is kind of nice, because last time I was commentating over some really big Counter-Strike events here in CS2, you did see things like Train being picked up now that they're new, but it was the Ancient and the Anubis maps that were so important.
Pretty much as the case, but after that, Anubis, his band, seems like my dreams are going to be coming true, because the first pick is going to be Train, which is going to be amazing to watch. New map, Pop Dog entirely reworked, just an entire different approach to how this map is played at this point. You can see a lot of movements by the terrorists as they have access to the entire B upper. They can just do a lot of so many different things, and, you know, on the split side, CTs have to just, you know, make up for it. So yeah, Train being picked, we are going to be seeing a lot of fun stuff. Kind of curious about your thoughts as well, because after that we are going to be going on the staple map, but I would like you to tell me, what do you really think about what's going to be happening on Train today?
Well, Train is a map where, you know, when you're talking about these players, it really is a map that you need to have a weapon advantage or insanely pinpoint accurate aim. And, you know, you talk about the teams themselves, you do have tryhards who really on Nuke yesterday demonstrated that you can just get a crazy long distance pick with that Deagle here. So you actually don't get handicapped nearly as much as what Train has been kind of known for in the way that they really shut down with the AKs and the M4A1Ss. So honestly, on Train, I think it is going to come down to the, you know, pretty solid, slow paced play style of tryhards who really know how to just kind of make a lot out of very little.
Yeah, pretty much is the case. And after that, obviously, it's Dust 2 being picked. One of the oldest maps in Counter-Strike. We're going to be seeing a lot of long takes today, a lot of B rushes. Well, B rushes haven't exactly been common in Counter-Strike 2 yet, but yeah, they are there once in a while on every Dust 2. But other than that, yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of long contentions because that's just pretty much what gives you control on Dust 2. Other than that, we might be seeing some mid battles going through. But yeah, we are going to see how these teams are going to be going on to this before we wait for our next pick. That is going to be interestingly Nuke again. We saw what Tryhards was capable of on this map yesterday, and honestly, what do you remember out of this, Edu?
Well, Nuke is definitely one of those maps where Tryhards, first off, very aggressive on their long pushes, not really being able to get slowed down by the team blinders. Maybe this new team, as they also made it to the grand finals, is going to be able to demonstrate a little bit more of that success. But overall, Nuke, it does come down to pretty much those long distance shots, very similar to pretty much Train and Dust too. So I think it definitely favors Tryhards in their immediate play style of being able to hit those pixel perfect picks. So looking at Nuke, of course, this is, remember, a best of 5 today. Yesterday was only a best of 3. So with both of these teams only getting 1 ban each, means that we're probably going to be seeing Inferno and Mirage the last 2 maps here. Just out of the idea that it's a best 5 and there's not many more map pools or maps remaining.
Pretty much is the case, but the question is Mirage going to be the decider or Inferno? Well, either way, it might as well just end in the 3 map scenario, but if it does not, we are going to be going on to those 2 maps, and if it does go to those 2 maps, will we see Tryhards doing the same shenanigans as yesterday? Because they were taking blinders as a joke, and well, it is going to be Inferno as the 4th pick and Mirage as the decider. But yeah, coming back to what I was saying, are they going to be trying that again? But honestly, I can't really say anything about it. That is going to be up to, what was it? The big heads, the big steps, the big hands?
Big heads. And honestly, looking at these teams, looking at these players, it looks pretty solid. Mirage, Inferno, 2 of my favorite maps, and them being tucked away at the back end of this best of 5 means that if we do want to see my favorite maps, we're going to have to watch a very intense game, as Tryhards has kind of proven themselves to not be a team to take lightly, and a team that you seriously need to consider as probably the reigning champions here at the PGCS season. So, Holler, we look at this game, we look at these teams, and, obviously, we have our historic favorites, but that doesn't mean that we're biased at all. We know that if a team is able to drop a couple rounds against Tryhards, that my heart's gonna swoon a little bit. So let me ask you this, jumping into Train, the map that you wanted first, what kind of play style do you want to expect to see from either the CTs or the Ts here?
Honestly, obviously, it's Train. You cannot simply afford to run out in the open. Of course, trying to take control, because every single time when you're on Train, the very staple thing to do, obviously every single time, is trying to take aim in control, and that is what whichever team is on the turret side is going to have to face. How they tackle with that is obviously be a little more passive, be a little more methodical about it, take your time, and then take space. So yeah, whichever team is on the turret side, they are gonna have to slow down a little, and it'll come down to, as you've always said, the long range picks. If they're able to get those, they should be able to enter side and follow the rest of the stuff, follow the rest of the protocol. But that is gonna be really important. Other than that, maybe a few flashy fast B side takes, or maybe a few flashy fast pop dot takes. You can see that here there a little bit, but for the most part, these guys are gonna have to be really sequential about what they're gonna be doing today.
Yeah, it's going to come down to how skillful these teams are going to be able to lock it in. Now, I will say, when you do take a peek at these 2 teams, we do know that one team is favored here, but I am going to be keeping my eye on the CT side the most. I really want to know what these players are going to be able to do in receiving, because if you're playing against Tryhards, their whole strategy was that they were just able to hold W the whole time and kind of just get these crazy flick shots, even though they were at a huge disadvantage positioning wise. So if their positioning isn't going to get punished, Tryhards is going to win. But what we noticed from that Inferno match of yesterday is Tryhards really struggles against players in off angles in odd spots. You know, you looked at Inferno banana holds where people just needed to be a little bit patient and allow Tryhards' aggression to bite them in the butt, and you get a bunch of picks from that. It's the reason why we saw Blinders yesterday actually be able to take a decent amount of rounds, and Train is a map with a lot of off angles, a lot of opportunities for these players to just sit there and wait for someone to walk across their crosshair, and that might just be the strategy to win this entire season.
I mean, yeah, might very well be the case, but the thing is, Tryhards might have to face something entirely different today, right? Because yesterday, whatever was happening was simply because Blinders did not have enough skill, right? Their util usage wasn't on point. They weren't really stopping Tryhards. They were just letting Tryhards be, and that's how they were able to, you know, go wide every single round, go with the one taps, be confident that if they're gonna swing, they will be able to land their shots, and that's exactly what they were doing. But that might not be the story today, because obviously you and I both know that is not how Counter-Strike works. It's very different when two teams of the same skill level are competing against each other, because they incorporate other things of the game into their gameplay, like utils. You just cannot run out in the open. You're going to be faced with mollies. You're going to be faced with smokes that you have to respect. So Tryhards, if they are opposed by some good opponents today, they are going to have to adapt accordingly. Otherwise, it might end up not looking like yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a room for an explosive change of pace here for us here at Plausible Gaming Season 3. If we can see that these teams have been also doing their research, one benefit for this new team that we get to see against Tryhards is going to come down to the fact that yesterday, Tryhards was streamed. They were not. They get a VOD review a little bit. They get to kind of learn how this enemy team plays, and that's something that you don't get to see, you know, very often, that teams have this very immediate turnaround against the higher seed. So they might just be able to use the information they learned, understand, okay, we have to play to receive. Okay, we have to shoot them in the face before they absolutely dog on us. It's little plays like that. And honestly, the number one thing to counter Tryhards, just use smokes. One thing we did not get to see a lot from Blinders was utility usage, was smoke usage. You flash a player, he's not going to be able to kill you. Well, unless it's a Tryhards player. I mean, they kind of hit some weird shots. So it's going to be interesting here.
For sure. Interesting for sure. Because, yeah, even if you have, you know, even if you have an aimbot installed, if there's a bunch of utilities coming on you, you cannot do something momentarily at least. So, yeah, that is what Tryhards are going to be having to deal with today. But that's the thing, right? Because this just adds an entirely different dimension to the game, as we were talking about. Because if you are being faced with utilities, how do you respond to that? With more utilities. So yeah, that's pretty much Tryhards are going to be doing today. So far, as I have noticed, Tryhards util usage is really good. Their mollies always on point. Smokes are always there. So yeah, and even the pop flashes, the supporting flashes, we saw so many banana takes yesterday. They weren't completely dry. They were with the flashes. That's how they were able to get those kills. Even the mid takes, they weren't sure. There were some rounds where a few players like AFM1 were just running out in the open, but most of them were still working around with flashes, working around with their smokes. They were smoking mid every single round. They weren't like entirely, you know, just, oh, they're bad, we can just go out. No, that wasn't the case. So yeah, you do have to use those utils, get that util impact in, and then only then you set up yourself for the round. So yeah, both of the teams are going to be having to tackle with that, and after that we're going to see where the difference in the gunplays lies, how better they are mechanically. So yeah, we are going to see the difference soon enough.
Yeah, and as we are also getting ready to get into the game, I know the players are currently loading on into the server, getting the knife round done. We also know which side these teams are going to be starting off, I believe. It should be Tryhards starting off on the CT side here. Very interesting to see them lock it in, but at the end of the day, a map like Train, for our first point, it's a map that can kind of slow things down, and we have a whole lot of gameplay to see today. A best of 5 in Counter-Strike. If Tryhards meets their match, it's going to be very interesting to see how much they really back up and slow things down, because we could be here for 2 hours or we could be here for 5. That's the way that best of 5s work in Counter-Strike. So it'll be a little bit interesting to see what kind of play is. But the more gameplay we get to watch today, the more opportunities you guys have to make sure that you are joined in the Gleam IO giveaway for that StatTrak AK and StatTrak M4. And of course, if you do get into that, make sure that you're also an active member of our Discord. As Discord, it's the newer place to be. It definitely has a lot of active people. I mean, I could take a look right now and see that there are, you know, pretty solid about 40 people currently in a voice chat channel here at Plausible LFG playing some either PUBG or Counter-Strike. So if you want to join the fun, if you want to join the community, make sure that you head on over to our Discord. But Holler, I gotta wonder, I gotta ask you, do you think that you should join this giveaway? Because honestly, I'm thinking about just opening it up on my other monitor
honestly,
and just joining that giveaway right now. Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty enticing.
I mean, I bought a few CS skins, you know, a little while ago. Is it gonna hurt to get a few more? Definitely not. I'm just gonna, you know, open up the link, just, you know, join it up instantly. Just, you can do it on your phone. All you really have to do is just follow, repost, you know, do the basic stuff, and it has free skins. So yeah, why would you not? I'm just gonna do it whenever I get the time. So you guys make sure to do that as well. And other than that, let me just remind you all why exactly all this is possible. How exactly did we even reach to season 3 of our Counter-Strike series? It is all because of PlausibleGaming LFG, and this is a beautiful community that these guys have made specifically for players who want to, you know, walk the path to going pro. Just, you know, who love their game, but they don't get enough opportunities to, you know, how to really get to that pro level. And that is exactly what Plausible Gaming is for. They provide you a haven where you can nurture yourself, you know, flourish, and maybe at some point become a professional player. So yeah, for that, as Ed, you mentioned, just join the Discord server, get all the information that you need, and yeah, start walking your path.
Yeah, just start walking the path of pro. And obviously, when you're looking at some of these players, you might ask yourself, can I compete against them? And the answer is always yes. You know, I recently started competing again ever since, you know, I retired Dota 2 professionally almost 10 years ago. I started competing again in Valorant, Counter-Strike, and a little bit of Overwatch. So I've been doing a little bit of that. I mean, not to brag or anything, but I did get 3rd place at Nationals for NECC. So we're looking pretty good. But taking a peek at some of these play styles of these players, I know that even old dogs can learn new tricks, and new dogs can always get onto the board here, and that's hopefully what you guys are going to be able to do here at Plausible Gaming. But as we could talk more about the Counter-Strike side of things, we could talk a little bit more about the PGCS and how it's kind of been. Obviously, we've talked about the history of tryhards here, but maybe it's the history of new players. Maybe come season 4, we're going to be seeing some people that were just viewers, just able to say, you know what, I could kick some butt. Let me jump on in that. Maybe that would be the ideal to get on into that game. But who knows? I'm just a guy who's been a competitor before, been a caster for a long time. But to be honest with you, with a game like this, with Counter-Strike in its current state, now's the best time to get into it. So, Holler, let me ask you now. Train, we're going to be jumping into the map soon. We have everything lined up. Do you think this is going to be a close match, or do you think that it's going to be a mystery match where we kind of have no idea the outcome, or is it going to be another, you know, tryhards win?
Honestly, I think me and you both would like to say that it's going to be a tryhards win, but that's just us being biased, and I don't think we should be doing that, because if we are talking realistically, it might as well be very much a mystery match. And honestly, the most ideal conditions for me is it is as close of a match as possible, because that's the most excitement, right? So yeah, I don't really know about the guys who tryhards are going to be going up against, so we are going to be seeing that today. It's essentially just really a mystery match at the end of the day. Maybe we get to see something that we just didn't expect at all, or maybe it's just a tryhard domination once again, and they prove once again that they are the best in Plausible Gaming right now, and nobody yet has joined to take them down.
Yeah, no one has been able to take them down yet. They are the undisputed, undefeated champions of the PGCS, and that's going to change today. I feel it. I feel like, you know, maybe yesterday they kind of flexed a little bit too much. It might bite it up, but let's get on into the game. Let's see if it is going to be as we have predicted, discussed, analyzed, and prepared ourselves for, as the big head is getting on in here with some really solid USPSs and, of course, lots of flashbin utility. Not something that we got to see out of that last team. And, you know, I will also take a look at our community. That chat is saying keep an eye on Migui. Halo, let's see if Miguel Zera is going to be able to get them pickups, because is apparently one of the better ones.
Really is the case. Special round. Tryhards have moved considerably close towards B side as they walk down finally. And oh boy, a few leg shots already coming through. Afamon is going to have to make a change of mind there. No real information out. The big heads, they don't know about the bomb exactly, and not a lot of information of where everyone is. And do keep in mind, one of Tryhards is posted up all towards Ivy.
Yeah, they're just kind of taking it real slow, you know. Right now, Tryhards, they have to kind of poke at this pistol round. Again, this is not, as you said, a map that you can just rush out, and Tryhards has been known for that strategy. They have to test the waters against this team. They don't really know how good this team quite is relative to the last semifinals. But already a swing like that, it's going to be Nito getting the first blood down, and a big swing upcoming here. Afamon getting another one, but oh, what is this? Nito with a double down. You still have McGwee getting another pick, but he's gone. Leaves now just Ism to try to clutch this up.
Alone up against 4. No Tryhards. No kid either. The most he can do is, well, you know, pop some 4 heads, which he is unable to do. And that is going to be the first round for Tryhards. They played this out really nicely. You know, some presence on towards B, just entirely moving towards Pop Dog, completely exploding onto A side and taking all of big hits down. Yeah, pretty neat, pretty textbook pistol round. So good for them for now. That is going to be giving them the advantage as well to actually go for 2 AKs. What do you think about that, Edu?
Here we go. Well, right now, what I think about after that pistol round, it's going to be the AK buys that kind of scare me. You know,
Yeah.
We saw Tryhards yesterday. They didn't really want to buy anything bigger than a Deagle to try to build up economy, and they're already committing AK. So this definitely is a team that they're respecting more. They know it's the grand finals now. They've made it this far undefeated, and they want to keep it going.
Pretty much. Nita, though. Out here with a USP, interestingly somehow. But hey, he is waiting for his teammates that do hold onto the big guns to, you know, cause chaos, but he does not care. He's going to be popping 2 heads with a USP back to back, and on the other side, we can see a lot of action towards CT as well. This round should be soon, fairly quickly, I believe. It's just Afamon dealing with 2 people here.
Ooh, good execution from the side. Might be able to find that MAC-10, and if you can get the MAC-10, you can make some MAC-10 and cheese. You can maybe have some dinner cooked up. But wait a minute, USPS versus MAC. Oh, where you look at another pick, and that's now $600 in their pocket. Even if it is going to get them picked off, the MAC-10 gave them quite a bit of fundage. So for that second round save round, you're having the whole of the Counter-Strike team having a decent amount of money.
Pretty much now was the case, and with that money, they are going to be buying a big gun. The big gun, actually, a lot bigger than we expected, because Karam is going to be going with an AWP, and I believe that is a glass armor AWP. Yep, it is. Kind of interesting on how he's going to be able to put it to use. Probably going towards CT quad or something. But on the other side, he is going to be having to deal with one of the best operators that we've seen here in Plausible. That is Indigo. Both of them are going to be locking their crosshairs. It's only really about the timing here.
Ooh, glass cannon. And that's going to be a nice clean shot down onto Martin. Might find another one here, but so far it's actually going to be the opposite end of the map getting pushed in right now. And it's only one player. SM4 to maybe just get it. Just show this up. But unfortunately, Tryhards are taking this a little bit slow. Wait a minute. Nito.
Lopez isn't exactly swinging that. On the other side, Afamon just trying to get a pick, but it's going to be shut down instantly, and that is all hope for these guys going towards B side. 2 people already lost. They really need to think about how to keep that up in Indigo's hands, because, well, they did invest into it, and they can't just lose it this fast.
Gotta just take it extra slow, but with 40 seconds left, we start seeing the util start to fly. Rage Machine, we know him as the entry, is going to be able to spot out one, but Lopez is doing such a great job holding these tight angles, but his teammates is right around the corner to get ready to swing it, and that's going to be a lot of damage dealt through it, but oh my goodness, he finally falls, and that's Nito getting another one down. It's glass cannon out, trying to get some picks with their team, and what a flick, immediate execution of one. Nito having to push on it up, and boom, it's going to be more damage. Another pickup, and oh, the flank is a little bit too real for him, but it's just an opper. A 1v2.
Oh, could have almost landed another no scope there. He had the crosshair on. It was only just the delay of pulling out the op again. Indigo. Oh boy. How I would have loved to see that, but well, didn't really happen. And now we're here with the big heads finally taking their first round and also making tryhards lose their very first op investment. Also kind of hurting them a lot in the economy department, but they should be able to recover soon enough because, hey, they are on the T side. They did get 2 rounds. Just 1 eco should be good enough.
Just 1. All you're gonna need. And let's see here with the Galil hero rifle. Indigo just holding W, might be able to find an opening. He gets 1 and somehow is able to live through the fire long enough to do a little bit of damage. Now 50% HP here for now. It's going to have to come down to his AK to try to find these picks, but the Galil's back in the hands of the T side, and they are executing this site pretty well.
Now with a really quick reposition there, they cannot expect him to be there. Kind of in safety for now, but not for long enough. Nido taken down, bomb's been planted. They can definitely move into side after clearing out Martin. How are they going to deal about the upper players, though? Oh, he just has a Tech 9. McGill, eyes locked, target locked on, and is going to be executing it perfectly as well. And, well, this is seemingly over for tryhards. Just Rage Machine left and a little Tech 9 in his hands.
Wow. Just wow. 2-2. Tryhards is already kind of meeting their match, and luckily they got the bomb plant, but their loss bonus isn't quite enough for them to go for a full buy, so they're going to have to do a very similar play style. Obviously, we saw the hero rifle with the Galil working very solid last round, but you have given up an AK over to now, which has found a lot of value. We've now seen a lot of this weaponry that's being brought out by the big hit to be consistent in how they're playing out these rounds. They're getting a lot of these early game picks. We also are not seeing the op anymore. So, you know, without seeing that op, I'm looking at maybe a little bit of a chance to give a little bit of an inch here over to Big Head to keep up that momentum.
And, well, if they want to keep up that momentum, they are going to have to push through with the performance. But, you know what giving reminds me of, Edu? A giveaway. And would you be so kind to actually throw in a code here for us, for our viewers, and for the people who are listening right now?
Yeah, if you guys have been paying attention to the giveaway we have right here at the PGCS Season 3 Finals, you might notice over at the wonderful Gleam.io link you can click in the Twitch chat is a secret code, which I do have one for you right now, and that's going to be Instant 5-stack. 5 with the number, instant 5-stack, no spaces. And of course, that will be posted as well in the Twitch chat once it's ready. Get that code out there for you. Get it pumped on in, and you will be able to get even more of this giveaway going. But let's jump on into this matchup here and really see what is the turnaround after this pause, after this team has been able to take a deep breath.
For now, once again, working with the Deagles, which, well, they are really good with. The problem is, they have been met with players or better. Lopez taking away 1, running away with his life, but not for long, because Indigo has a lot to say about it. He's going to be picking up the Galil, recovering it, and moving towards A side. This should be really easy, because if they can get the con player, they can get the crossing, and on the other side, Nido's also going to be getting a lot of work done. Insanity just now left with just an AK and half HP. What does he do about this situation?
Honestly, I think he saves. The AK is just too valuable, and he only has $800. This might be a little bit of damage dealt, but it also comes down to how confident he thinks he is. But that confidence is going to show up big.
Oh,
unfortunately, he's down to 3 HP, so that's all he's going to be able to be good for, but totally worth a little bit of aggression there to find a decent amount of damage.
But now that he's left 3 HP, I believe, yeah, he really shouldn't be taking any fights anymore, because definitely wants to hold on to that AK for a bit longer, and the bomb's going to go off, and it's going to be finally the 3rd round for tryhards after losing that many. But hey, only 2 rounds, and especially that they managed to win an eco round for these guys. I mean, they started off with just Deagles and Tech 9s, and somehow managed to make it out of alive. That's just tryhards things, you know. That's just what they're capable of. And now, that is going to be letting them, you know, boost their economy back up once again. The big guns, as I said, are back out now. And on the other side, big heads are not going to be having a lot to work around with, except Karam once again going with the glass can. No. He has armor. This time around, he's going to be having armor, but yeah. Otherwise, not that stacked up on utils, but tryhards are going to be, so that might eventually end up making a difference, but still, with the amount of utilities they have, aim in control has been seized for now.
Lopez is just going to get aggressive here. Just one around the corner. The flash is a little bit too bright, and he spots it, but oh no, it's going to be a whiff shot and 2 fall. Beautiful aggression here from the big head to shut down tryhards early, and look at that flick. Another one for Karam, able to grab these players down, and now it's just going to be Afamon and Rage Machine to find the real picks.
And honestly, the way that they're positioned right now, I don't exactly think that's going to be happening anytime soon. SM is going to be holding upper and might come into contact. But does he take the fight is the question, because he doesn't exactly need to. Information is all he needs right now. Afamon trying to find a head there, desperately waiting for someone to peek, but none from big heads really making that mistake. Look at the timing on this. Sees the con player, lands a few bullets, but, well, not enough to get the kill. And that is going to be his sign to just... Do you think these guys are going to blast out onto B side?
I mean, right now it really does come down to if they can get that first pick, but they have, you know, a decent amount of players just trying to slow him down, and here comes the aggression, but it's all about the timing here. It's trying to hold him down, and that's going to be 1 and 2 and done. They, you know, you talk about the aggression, and they bring it, but I'm looking at this, and, you know, we're in for a best of 5, and this first map is looking a little bit rough for tryhards. The big head really showing up well.
They indeed are, and well, that is going to be warranting a timeout for these guys, because a little confused on what exactly is going wrong, and they need to, you know, rethink their strats a little. And even if we do try to, you know, try to deconstruct it a little, not quite sure what exactly is going wrong, because, well, big heads, they are seizing control of A main right when the round starts, and that's kind of what you have to do on train. But the thing is, you also have to respond to it. But before tryhards can really do anything about it, the big heads are just being a little more aggressive than they should be, and it somehow is working out for them as well, as we saw the perfect pop flash, and, you know, just letting the MP9 rush through and getting the pick onto the Opera, and even the trade when he was taken down. Yeah, that is some really good coordination there by Big Head. So the only way to really, you know, offset that is just being more coordinated, just, you know, giving back a better response to it with more coordination. So yeah, I am interested to see what tryhards are gonna do about this.
Yeah, and, you know, another timeout being called, definitely a little bit of a chance for them to bounce back. But here's the thing. I think one thing can be said for certain is tryhards didn't get a lot of practice yesterday with AKs. They weren't buying them. They were buying Deagles. So I think, honestly, seeing them commit this many Deagles into this round actually benefits them a bit, because they just had an entire semifinals of only using pretty much one gun. So will this be the change up? Will this be the econ weapon or buy? You know, because we did see them start with some Tech 9 rushes. Will this be the change that they need?
Possibly and possibly not, but this time around, look at that. They are not at all interested in taking that aiming control. Shot fired at Ivy, not exactly connecting there, but still desperately trying to get the pick on the Opper. Not quite sure if it's happening, because hey, it's an Op versus Deagle. You obviously know what's going to happen. Gathering up outside B, just waiting to get a pick. That's slightly an early molly, but oh, solid to stop a push.
All right. You are seeing tryhards kind of just whittle down that clock, hoping that someone on the CT side is going to over-aggress and maybe just find them a weapon for free. But at the end of the day, now has been anchoring this site a little bit too well for tryhards. It's just something where, you know, he's taken this very obscure off angle. Obviously, you're going to be able to, you know, just get that pixel perfect pick, but take that from the T side perspective, it's not going to be easy. But with all these smokes flying out, they're just going to try to launch on up, and look at the damage dealt already. But look at now. Oh, execution. That's what we need, and that's the pistol damage. Their Deagle Demon's getting another one.
How does that happen? 3 kills back to back and a 4th one as well. Yeah, this is exactly what you were talking about. I was kind of doubting. No, how does that work? What do you mean that they have been using Deagles and then they can just do it all over again? But this is you're right. You were right. This is exactly what tryhards can do. This is absolutely insane. And Karm is just now going to be forced to save that up.
Unfortunate. But will he be able to get out? The thing about tryhards is they don't really have to play their life. They're not really saving many weapons. If you're Martin or Indigo, you mean you could look for one on point, but they're kind of already gone. They're hunting. They want to just get the execution and not allow this to be a save. And now they know where he is. So will they be able to find the value? Turning around this corner. There we go. Oh, he whips. He didn't get it. Oh, that's good. That's a good round for tryhards.
That indeed is barely any investment, just an entirely econ round with just Eagles managing to get the bomb, get all of the players, and even the Opera down. Yeah, definitely an amazing round for these guys, and that is going to be pushing them back up once again. This is basically just both of these teams going neck to neck, just one-upping each other every single round. As you said, Now was able to, get those picks, but the way he was just completely obliterated on B side, it's just insane. I was jaw-dropped. I was like, wow, how does that happen? What is that, Indigo? But yeah, once again, another timeout, maybe a strategic one, or maybe something is up with these guys, but we're going to get to see that.
Just taking another slow round here with another little bit of a pause, a little bit of a timeout. And, knowing the order of timeouts that we've seen from both of these, we can talk a little bit about the map picks here. So this is actually tryhard's map pick. And I thought that they were starting on CT. I just had it flipped. So it's actually going to be a CT start for obviously what we've been watching. But the fact that tryhards is the people who wanted to be on this map and they're getting met with so much resistance kind of lends itself to an explanation as to why we saw so many so many just tactical pauses here early in this game. So I'm pretty excited that we're seeing this kind of turnaround fairly well, but I gotta wonder, you look over at the big head, they called a timeout just now for one reason. They're afraid. They just witnessed what tryhards is capable of on an eco round, and tryhards just got a huge round to boost their momentum and boost their morale.
Definitely is the case, and now the big heads, they do have something about it. Now, for a change, actually taking the upper control, because, well, that's where things have been going wrong for these guys, but tryhard's an entirely different approach this time. A-side entirely smoked off, perfect mollies, Karm just stuck there for now, cannot really do anything about it. Definitely hears Rage Machine walking and stomping all over side, but him peeking right now or pushing the smoke could be deadly, but oh well, the MP9 is way too strong in that close of angles, but he should be dead with that nade. Yes, sir, he is. Indigo responding perfectly, and the AK-47 spray is out in the open. Kills are being secured.
It's just Rage Machine, though. One player left, and unfortunately, now has found himself an AK. But the bomb planted right here. There's no longer that heaven spot. This is a cubby of doom, and the timing. Perfect. Smoke is going to be on the bomb. Spots out one, gets it, and has to commit to it. And look at that. Rage Machine doesn't let a ninja defuse, and that's going to be a clean round yet again.
Amazing. Amazing how he didn't just try to, spam the diffuser off the bomb. He waited. He waited for the defender. He waited where the other guy was and just instantly spray transferred. Yeah, just amazing stuff, amazing patience. Could have very well have been diffused if they just chose to, invest in a single diffuse kit, but oh boy, Rage Machine took the bet and definitely paid off. It's really like how, on a map like Train, you are definitely not really able to gain space, right? Because if you're easily allowed to walk into B upper and as well as A main, but after that, whatever you're gonna do is you're really gonna have to commit. And yeah, that's what kind of tryhards are doing right now.
Ooh, shots. And another one for Apamon. And another one, the P250. What? How are these guys just pistol poppers? They're absolutely popping off every time they get the shots down. And that's just something that you don't get to see very often. That's beautiful to see it. But the big head, they were on 2 save rounds. They have some rifles again. And most importantly, they have that glass cannon up. They have the ability to maybe find a couple more entry-level picks.
I mean, hey, Karam has been giving us a lot of value with that glass cannon op because he is able to get that Ivy pick every single time. Anytime anyone is going to be fighting Ivy, they're going to have to deal with Karam. So that has been working out so far, and he's even been able to save it. Other than that one time where he whiffed on Athamon, but hey, that happens. Even to the best of us, but for now, once again, big heads. Outside A main are gonna have to fight off a lot of tryhards there. Martin with a perfect spray transfer, finally taken down, though Karam getting some work done as well from Quad. Leaving just 2 of tryhards alive. Now, spots ahead, but not enough to get the kill in, but well, they can slow down now, because hey, they do have the life advantage, and if they only hold on to it, tryhards are gonna have to deal with a lot.
Take it slow. You might be able to jump on up and get a couple picks here, but what I'm really looking forward to is going to be Athamon, who's hunting down, but they have no idea where these CTs are, and it is a bundle just grouped up. The man might be able to get the timing. No,
Athamon, this is perfect. One kill, sees the other one. Gets him as well, and the bomb is being defused though. Doesn't have a kid, can't make it in time. Surely can. There's the spray, missing the shots, pulls out the pistol, and it's gonna land on the head. Perfectly done by this guy. His angle, his positioning, and the way he took the fight was all pixel perfect.
so clean, so smart here from Athamon to be able to just take it out. That's the second round that was won by stopping a diffuser in smoke, and really shows you that I think the big head needs to change their post-plant style, their retake style. They say, okay, smoke the bomb, stick it. Honestly, they were winning when they just had the strategy of just shoot them, you know, kill tryhards first and make it safe. But I think that they need to really commit all of their people on, especially when, you know, they do have enough time for these kind of diffuses.
Pretty much. And now they're going to play the pistols, but that doesn't matter to this guy, because, hey, supporting flash, as we saw every single time, has been working, and it is going to as well this time too. Indigo retaliating a little bit. Getting a pick onto Karen, probably, but oh, how long is this 5-7 gonna let to survive? Picks up the AK, but that is gonna be his death. Another AK secured though. Can be put to a lot of value because only 3 of tryhards left now. A lot of damage dealt with just a single 5-7, honestly.
Here we go. Inching on up. Spots Athamon. Oh, there we go. Thank God he was able to see the corner of the shoulder, but now it's going to be Migui Zera trying to find an opening here, and boom. Right in one. Might be able to find a second one here, but it's going to be Isman getting right up behind him, but he gives away his positioning, and he's not punished for it. Never punished. It's a big pick here. 40 seconds remaining for the last one standing, and unfortunately, that is bomb on the ground here. Tryhards needing another clutch situation.
Nita, though, alive. Full HP, perfect wraparound, can definitely be a free kill for him. Sees him, tries to find it there as well, but the movement is going to scare him a little too much. Kills there, information's out. 1v1 situation between him and Mikizera. Only about the timing now.
Nice. Another clutch. That's the thing, though. I'm really confused because we did see that tryhards did not have possession of the bomb. They had an enemy team that was locking them down there. So the question was, why did they split off and kind of just allow that 1v2 to become 2 1v1?
I mean, just, you know, that is where the split-second decision-making comes through, right? Because they just decided to split up between 2 sides, and they were like, hey, we can play it safe. There's no way he's going to wrap around us, you know, right? And yeah, they just kind of just entirely went the opposite way they expected it to, so, well, you just got to give credits for Nito, for making that play. Just, that's all it comes down to.
All right, another pause being pulled out here. Maybe this is going to be a chance for the big head to be able to at least make this a 4-8 half for them. Obviously, tryhards, their map pick, definitely the second half power. It really did stem off of just one round where they were really locking down those Deegs. So, you know, if they could show that they could do it, they're kind of getting in the heads of the big head. They're getting in the big head, and they might be able to shut this back. So, I don't know. I'm really going to be questioning what these guys can do, but now we're seeing double op as the strat.
Double op it is, and Karam is going to be locking it down in A main, just switching through between Ivy, and yeah, now both of the ops are going to be coming into action. 2 picks secured already on tryhards. That is going to be reducing their numbers quite a lot. Definitely more than they've wanted to do. And Nito is going to be losing his life as well. Karam, quick repositioning, quick repeaks. This guy is just holding down 2 different angles at the same time.
Might be able to find one more, but with 2 players as the last remaining. The crazy thing is, it's Indigo and Rage Machine. Indigo, especially with that op, might be able to find the angle.
Could be.
Ooh. At the time. Oh, they see the shadow. Oh, I gotta love a ray tracing moment. And maybe find another one. Boom. That's a massive massacre here coming out from just one player. But you look at that half, you look at the score line, 4-8. It arguably CT sided. So definitely could be favoring tryhards to wrap this up tightly.
For sure. Hey, I think I just might have my eyes on another Omper in the Plausible series entirely, because before it was just Indigo for us, because in the previous seasons we saw Indigo hitting some insane shots with the op, just insane flicks. Everything was there, what you need from an Omper, but finally we have someone else who is showing just as much potential, and it's going to be Karam.
Yeah, I will say, though, it is a CT op versus T side.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not exactly a good benchmark, but it sure is a solid demonstration of what this player might be able to do for us. But now on the T side, a very solid strategy. No splitting up and defaulting here. It is a 5-player stack, and that's 1. That's 2.
Just rush.
Indigo's out of ammo.
Yeah.
Oh, so close. I mean, the fact that Indigo didn't really just play back there, a little bit of a misread there, and now it's a 2v3. But wait, the flank, Nito right on behind him.
Nito always making the plays that are need to be made, but can he get out of this? No sir, he cannot. Karam is going to be able to shut him down, just leaving Marlon alone with the USP. A lot of work to be done. Time's running out.
Nice, that's 1 on that high ground. I think he's forgotten about the other one, and the movement almost getting him away from those bullets. It is going to be now 8-5, and Big Head needs a pistol round to turn this around, gets it for them, and we do know that tryhards, they might want to just pull up the deagles this early.
Good picks overall. I mean, hey, tryhards, they did try to counter it. They did try to, shut down the entire pop dog take early on, but didn't exactly go how they expected it to. Just complete obliteration by the big heads there. And of course, it's the Glock. They can just, run it down and be just as accurate. While with the USP, you have to be a little bit more considerate with how you use it. So yeah, that is going to be leaving tryhards with, once again, their favorite choice of weapons, Deegs, again. And we are going to see if they're able to land those crisp, clean headshots once again.
Crispy and clean, that's all I want. However, if they don't manage to find a couple picks here, they're not going to have the best money for next round. And
Insane
oh my God, what a shot. And that's going to be a guaranteed 2. Rage Machine not going to allow just himself to get those picks. It's a double down here, and tryhards. It's now up to the Deagles. It's now up to the Deagles to really shine up. And wait a minute. Martin wants to get a little aggro here.
For now, they're just moving towards B side, but Pop Dog Danger coming up. Should be cleared though, because Mixrara has the timing and is holding it perfectly, and yes sir, he will. The only aggressor is going to be shut down. Nito though, always there in the perfect of timings, is going to be getting away with 2, denying the plan as well, but now that is just going to be leaving Afamon behind.
There we go. Leaving him behind. What's the play? What's the strat? Grabbing a team, able to inch up, and Afamon spots out 1. Molly kind of forces him into this position. No kit, so obviously you're just gonna have to swing out, get these picks. Another flash coming around.
Nothing to lose either, because that's just a $700 gun, right? What does he lose there? Is going to be getting away with the headshot. Maybe another kill. Yes, sir. A lot of damage dealt to big heads there. They're only going to be surviving with one player last alive. That is a good round.
Very much so. And obviously, damage dealt. 4 players fallen. Real solid for these guys. Now, PGCS with this team, you are looking at tryhard struggling to get the timing down. Obviously, you're going to see these 2 players towards the end getting picks like these, but at the end of the day, it's not just about the picks. It's also about how your team across the board is able to play. And tryhards now only 2 away from losing their lead.
We are going to be seeing a risk making down here. Tryhards are going to have to swap a lot of big hits. And yes, sir, Nito is alive, and Indigo helping him out as well. Now, though, retaliating perfectly with a pistol is going to be letting him take the space outside of him. And what is that? Affamon coming out with the Swag 7! A lot of damage dealt, even a kill, but for now, all he really needs to do is play slow, because, hey, 1 guy left, nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and bomb down. Swag 7, close quarter combat, and execution for the aggression. Now, they do just have to hold the bomb, but the timing from Miguel might... Oh, he's not getting flanked quite yet. Yep, they've stopped pushing. They've stopped giving this man his 1v1s. And with a minute left, I like this play. He's trying to bait out tryhard's impatience. They know that they're incredibly aggressive, so if you just sit back and wait, you might be able to find someone who gets a little bit too hungry.
For sure it's the case, but is tryhard's foolish enough to do that? But it's also the timing that's at play here. They are playing it out for the trade, but in the very final moments, they are going to be splitting up, which may be an opportunity for Meguzera there. No picks to be found just yet, but he is closing up on both of them, and never mind, Martin is going to be getting the better of him with the 9th round as well. Tryhards amazingly stopping the A-side push. Big heads, they were pretty quick, they were pretty explosive out there, even getting the initial picks that they needed, but, well, with the help of Indigo and the other of Tryhards, they were able to stop it, and, well, that is what you love to see.
Tryhard stops the spree as you were talking about it there, Holler, and you look over at the big head, and this big brain play, lots of pistols, but that's an XM10. Affamon's gonna get extra aggro, that's one, but the running gun, it's too much to bear, has to just molly it off and back away.
XM is extremely overpowered in situations like these, because, hey, no range, a lot of damage to be dealt. Here's the XM. Perfect RNG there is going to be getting Affamon. That XM is down. Not even a chance to fire a single bullet out of it.
Take your time. You just have to find an opening. Right now, you look on over at this CT side, and they're pretty much spread thin, but this first point, looking a little free. A site might just be where they want to go, and oh my god, they're going to get the drop on him. Oh, they do. But their teammate's right there to clean it up. They can't let that gun get picked up, and they're just going to keep running and gunning and getting eventually traded out. Indigo, long distance, Famos able to get a famous distance shot, leaving just one left. Just McGee, who, unfortunately for Miguel Zera, it's not easy.
It's really not. 71 HP. Did pick up a rifle though, so can take those long-range duels. Oh, I love this shot. Okay, never mind. I was distracted by the shine of the gun, but Meguzera is shining out here as well, getting that headshot, and now being allowed to move into sight, making it a 1v1 between him and Martin. Martin does have a kit to work around with, so a lot of time in his hands, and not sure if he heard him there, because he's not looking at the right angle, and it's going to be a free kill for Martin.
Wow. Free kill like that, and yes, another 1v1 coming to an end with Tryhards being able to finish it off with a double-digit score line. Looking pretty good. I mean, obviously, this is their map, but they've been kind of on their toes a lot because of these kind of aggressive plays. But when Rage Machine and Indigo are able to get their value off, it really does come down to a solid back and forth. But as we're getting into now a potential buy round here for the Big Head, they did manage to get the bomb plant, so we can start seeing some AKs. And by some, I mean one.
Well, Hero AK it is, and the rest of them are going to be going with the pistols, P250 and the Deeg. And they are going to have to create an XM first, but they get the better of him. Afamon once again, XM not exactly working out as he expected it to. That is going to be letting them control B-side a little more. Now though, perfect timing. Oh boy, that he wasn't even trying to kill Lido there.
Yeah, just got the timing down, but oh my god, Rage Machine and Martin just keep on keeping on with the solid cleanup here over in Pop Stairs, as it's now time for Big Head to really try to turn something around. I mean, you looked at a tied game at 3-3, and now we're looking at a double the score line here if Tryhards takes one more round.
Pretty much is the case. It is double indeed, and well, with that, they only need 2 more rounds to actually just simply win this map and take it to the next one. So yeah, Big Heads, this is definitely going to be their last opportunity to make something out of this map. And if they're able to gain momentum here, then we might have some hope. But other than that, they are going to have to focus on the rest of the series. So that being said, Tryhards are finally being aggressive there, and Martin and Ito doubling it up with the kills. He switched up the shotgun.
What a pick. What a pick. And only 2 left. You have Indigo getting baited out, but inside through fire and flames, he still managed to find one, and it's the Opera Karam who unfortunately is not able to find the value out of that. Now the Big Head, I think, has made a critical failure here. They have lost bonus to try to keep them above, but buying that up means that they can't afford util, armor, and AK. They can't really do a boutique buy, as my friend Volt would call it. It really does come down to the fact that you're looking at a team that is missing out on one major key player, and that is no money against match point.
Definitely is the case. Are going to have to bet it all on just the MAC-10s and Galeos, because, well, pockets empty. That's all you get. On the other side, Tryhards, they have everything to work around with. Come on, switching up the positions with the op, not using the shotgun anymore is going to be finding a pick, but now already sneaked up all outside A main somehow. Getting away with the pick, but, well, shut down instantly enough. Okay, good flash, but just not soon enough.
Just gonna be a low HP, a flick of the wrist, and it's Afamon to shut down the Opper with the op, the proper way to play it. And around map 1 of this best of 5, going to Tryhards on their first pick.
Amazingly played, honestly. The way Tryhards were able to, you know, come back up. I mean, at the start, we were just assuming that, hey, it's going to be a very neck-to-neck game, a pretty toe-to-toe game. But honestly, the way they were able to, you know, bring up that momentum, especially after that D round, absolutely insane. And after that, they were just, you know, that was basically the stepping stone. And after that, they just kept on going with it. So yeah, Tryhards just showing us what they're best at and just showing us some real good Counter-Strike.
Yeah, really solid Counter-Strike. And honestly, if they could keep this going, I'm thinking that we're going to be seeing another really fast matchup. But the Big Head, they came out swinging. I think that they definitely have what it takes to turn this around, especially as we are going to be jumping into our second map of the day soon, Dust 2 coming up. So with that being said, we'll see you guys soon on that new map.
You feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo.
Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. You cannot stop me, I'ma make it to the top spicy. Call a covenant, not cocky. You cannot break me, this world's mine for the taking. Got an itch, man, I'm making. Oh, I'll keep my head down and grind and be patient. I'll take a stab at the top of the sailing. They can all try, but you cannot contain it. Cause I see the things that I want and I take on my goal. Push myself to the brink, no limit. Do what it takes to be free, committed. I'm a little obsessed with things, I'll admit it. But that's what it takes to get a freedom ticket. Got a killer instinct and it's just the beginning. Breaking down walls and the hurt start thinning. And the more you push it, the fast start trimming. Till you're the only one standing up straight, winning all.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You just gotta wanna keep chasing. Put you everything you're facing. Keep up with the pace and adrenaline rush starts racing. Get through all the things you hate in. Don't let the others in charge of your dreams. They just don't know what it takes to be seen. You see the ship take control of your team. And if you're alone, then a one-man army. So you better be starving. And you better be carving. Through the hate, keep marching. And every day keep charging ahead till you get what you want, what you dream. Regret is a thing of the past and you'll see that you always had it inside is the key to make the most of this life believe.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time.
And welcome back. We are back after that action-packed game between the two teams, and they were just battling it out on train. And after a while, Tryhard seemed like they were just way too good for the big heads. And well, we are going to be seeing if they're able to continue it and the games that are yet to follow. But for now, what are your thoughts about it on the game that we just had at you?
Well, right now we can see that Tryhards needed a warm-up game. I mean, that definitely came down to a lot of early round mistakes and just really solid playstyles. I mean, I don't want to chalk it all up to a mistake on one team and instead not highlight the skill that was really on display here by the Big Head. That was a really solid start here. And with Dust 2 being the map that we're going to be going on to next, it is going to be coming down to the Oppers here, which we saw a new highlight that you said with Karam's Oppers. So, you know, I'm very interested to see if that's the play style that we're going to be looking at. But as we are waiting to get on into this game, we have a little bit of downtime here, Holler. So, Holler, I got to ask, we've been talking a lot about the giveaway here. So how would someone get into that?
It's really easy, honestly. There's a Gleam link down in the description or the bio, depending on wherever you're watching. You just go open that. There's a bunch of lists of actions that you can do, and you are going to be getting entry points for that. And if you do get them, they are going to be your pass to get some really easy free skins. And honestly, we are going to be some skins later on, but for now we have the game on our hands that we have been waiting for. Tryhards and the Big Heads are now on Dust 2, and they are gonna be battling it out for the champions of Plausible Gaming Counter-Strike Season 3.
Let's see it then. Already, you do have Rage Machine getting very aggressive. This is a similar strategy to what we saw on Inferno, with just constant mid taking space away from this team. Now, Rage Machine just has to get the timing. Has to manage to find themselves in the right location. And so far, it's going to be the shots by barrel. A very questionable place to try to hold for pistol round, especially against USPSs at that distance and Glocks. So, I don't know. Question on that one. But now let's see if they can keep up that. And, ooh, unfortunately, dinking the backhead of their own teammate. Rage Machine might want to start pushing.
Definitely should. Dualies in hands now. Defending it with just a Glock. Information is out. But there's two. Can he take down both? That is time for tell. But now we have the retake being executed. Now, though, doing a really good job. But on the other side, finally getting some work done are going to be Tryhards. As Martin takes a head off and moves into side. But Lopez is just way too good at defending it. And which is going to be Martin's sign to run away.
Yeah, any more deaths is going to be just money for the other side. And, you know, interesting to see a save on pistol round, but I guess there's always a time for something here. Now, getting in this next one, it is the Big Heads map pick, so seeing them really pop off here quite nicely. And, oh, nice. Oh, wait. It was actually Lopez who got the kill, which means that I believe that does impact the amount of bounty that Tryhards receives from that kill.
Yeah. There is a penalty, and, well, he's going to be also losing a kill on his own scoreline, which is, I think, fine for these guys, because, hey, they are here to win. They do care about the, you know, scoreline rather than their own KD, so I think it's going to be fine. But that is going to be putting one up to the Big Heads after winning the pistol round, and now they're going to have to continue with it.
Okay.
Free B site. Fair enough. I mean, hey, Tryhard's just gambling it out entirely on A long, but nobody to be really seen there. Now that the bomb's down, Tryhard's all they can really do is just flank and get as many of Big Heads as possible.
Taking it slow. Agree. Knows that he's getting pushed, but I don't know if he knows how many. Luckily, his team is here to back him up. They start pushing out a CT. It's going to be very interesting. The T side now getting a little bit hectic here as the long distance Mac 10 shots try to come on in. It's going to be the AK from Lopez that really hits its mark. And there we go. Indigo good for one. And now it's just going to be the split up here. One in suicide might be able to get picks. And oh my goodness, that is a crazy trade up there. And now Tryhards, their full stacks aren't really finding much value.
Definitely not just yet, but well, they did save up quite enough to opt for the M4s now, and we're going to be seeing a full stack of them, which is definitely giving Tryhards an advantage because, hey, they were able to damage Big Head just enough to make them lose their AKs, so which means One of them is going to be reinvested, but the rest of them are going to be working around with just Mac 10s. And this finally means that there is going to be a long contention. There we go. Lopez already out. Mac 10 anti-flash. Perfectly done. No one exactly fighting, but hey, he's up too close. Way too close for Tryhard's comfort. And they are going to be getting 2 picks out of that fight, which means Rage Machine has to fall back now.
Yeah, this is so interesting how aggressive that this team is going to be. It's just not really the kind of angle that I had anticipated from them. This is a little bit questionable, but oh, Martin with the double down. A little bit of a technical collat here, but oh, the panic spray. And somehow Rage Machine walks away relatively unharmed now with a 2-player disadvantage. Another pick for Rage Machine. It's just 1 player in pit who gets scouted.
Insane round, honestly, because that was going really well for Big Heads. They were able to, you know, contend long, even get 2 picks out of it. Only leaving 3 of Tryhards behind, but just bouncing back up, the double pick on mid, and that just, you know, collaborated by Rage Machine, just doubling it up as well, just entirely shut down Big Head. They could have very well just, you know, kept on walking towards long. They could have met some players defending from CT, but yeah, a smoke or 2 could have just let them pass, but, well, change of mind definitely ended up hurting them.
Yeah, big pain there, and now you're going to be seeing the ops come out here for the T side. That was a big point of contention here, but it's not 2020 anymore. You know, the T side looking a little bit different here for the Counter-Strike game. Now, I'm going to be taking an eye on these lurk-ups here. You do have a lot less aggression from Tryhards. They know that they're up against some decent rifles, so if they want to be taking this, they're going to have to play it extra smart.
For sure is the case. Big Hit definitely at an advantage being on the T side here, because hey, the way Dust 2 is made, there's just every single fight is not exactly a close range fight. It's either a mid or a long range fight. So if you can just swing wide and swing fast, it is going to be an either advantage. But for now, Big Head's change of pace entirely, just slowing down entirely.
Looking at this aggression, they're pushing right onto site. Indigo, what a flick with the scout, able to take out 1 and tries to get another one, but boom, it's the mollies that actually managed to find 2. But in a 2v2, it is time to get the bomb planted, and now does get executed for trying to get that long range, long play. 1 now, it's high.
What?
Martin just jump shot Karam?
He did!
Oh
I mean,
my God.
sure, we do see that happening some, but not like that. They could have very well took that fight, you know, sensibly. But, oh, well, Martin was just like, hey, I don't care. I'm just going to jump shot him. And that's what he does exactly.
Sometimes it's just you gotta go with the easy route, I guess. And if the easy route is jump shotting someone, then to each their own. But with that level of competition, with that level of competency from these two teams, I am going to be taking a look at, you know, Tryhards right now, who definitely is looking pretty clean after jump shotting like that and taking away all of Big Head's economy. Getting in this next round, it's going to have to be the, you know, old-fashioned B-ton rush.
Oh, come on. Already holding it with the AK. He's going to be seeing a pixel and is going to start spraying, getting one down, also delivering a lot of damage to another. Martin, you're holding the wrong angle, but is it going to matter for you? Yes, it will. Unfortunately, after 1 pick, though, that is good enough damage delivered, but, well, they did donate an M4, which might not be as good for these guys, but look at Afamon. Look at already where he is. Oh, no.
And that's a knife kill, and that's the round. Obviously it was against eco, technically eco frags, but that's rude. That's a bullying level.
Exactly. It just kind of makes me sad. You should have just shot him.
Yeah, it's a little bit disappointing to see someone get knifed like that. Obviously, I think now you're seeing a team with a lot more confidence coming out. They're warmed up, right? It's probably their first game of the day. They've already won the semis, so you know, as a team, being able to win a round like that definitely is going to be getting inside the heads of these players, and that's really how you win the game. But talking about how you guys can be winning a giveaway, it's now time to talk about another shot at one of our wonderful codes here for us. Of course, if you guys don't know, over at our giveaway on gleam.io, you can enter a secret code to give you 20 additional entries. And for today, it's actually going to be PG Clutch King. All one word. PG Clutch King, caps only. If you guys enter that, it is another 20 entries for a chance to win some pretty damn nice skins.
Definitely go and grab those skins. Use the code. Go over to gleam.io. And honestly, not just the codes. You can do the other list of actions as well, giving you even more entries and better chances of winning the skins. So yeah, definitely go on over to gleam.io, complete those actions, and get yourself some free skins. And with that, we are now back in the game.
Back in the game, it's already starting with another B-side push. Now, last time we saw a guy get knifed for this, so not exactly going to be an easy to replicate moment for this team, but doesn't mean that they do not have what it takes to absolutely cook this up for us.
Now, kind of aware about there, Martin. On the contrary, not at all. And look at that, the op aggression almost punished, but hey, Indigo is, I was about to say, is going to be getting out of it alive, but now is going to be saying no to that. With that, Indigo being cleared, that is going to be their path to move on to A side, perfectly finding Nito there as well. Karam with a nasty headshot, and well, he's completely paving the way for these guys, for his teammates.
Ooh, that's pretty solid. Seeing only 2 players left having to go for a save. The Big Heads, I think, has a guaranteed round here, and it's really all you can ask from a team like this, from a play style that they're being able to pull out so efficiently. What's the real strategy here? What's left for this team?
I mean, in this round, nothing much. All they can really do is save, but on the flip side, what do they do in the future? Because Big Heads, they are definitely being really aggressive, and well, it is us too. That is what you should be expecting. We are going to be seeing an exit plan here from Athamon. Some damage delivered, but definitely not enough to stop Big Head.
I'll say it. Really solid round. Being able to slow these players down pretty consistently, I'd argue. And now getting into our next point here, I think you see what I see. It's going to be coming down to the oppers. Indigo, you talked about how, he was able to really highlight himself. Now he's the highlight of this next round, as Karam is not able to afford one, and it's the historical winning team that has the opportunity, has the advantage, I should say, to really start turning this entire game in their favor again.
That long smoke is beautiful. That is exactly what's stopping Tryhard from gaining any sort of long control, and the Big Head is just allowed out in the open. They can just, flip their heads to the other side, dodge any flashes coming through, and then take their fights comfortably. And on the other side, look at that. Now, as always, sneaking out of the, crooks of the maps and still somehow finding a pick. Boy, Tryhards cannot keep up with what these guys are doing, but finally... Ooh. Pixel. Just a pixel, and it's going to be enough. Martin delivering some damage too, but now it's up to Indigo as he's going to be rushed by so many people. But Nito landing, getting a little lucky there. Is going to be landing a headshot through the smoke, reducing Big Head's numbers even more. And now they can be just as passive because, well, once again, life advantage. They can play it out real slowly.
Playing it so well for this team to just be able to now lock this round in. And you're seeing the shots fired from Nito, and that's the execution. Now Tryhards is able to take it back against the team's buy. They get the op back in their hands. They pretty much have everything that they need to seal the deal here for this team. And unfortunately, that just might be the thing that really is the nail in the coffin for this team. But we're not done yet. Still have some more options for this team to start with a turnaround. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but another timeout has been called by Big Heads, and I gotta wonder, what do you think they're, locking in here, Holler? Like, what's the mentality to turn this game around?
I mean, hey, they are able to take a lot of space really easily, because whenever they went out long, they have been able to get that space. Whenever they rushed B, they have entered B, and even for the mid picks here and there, they've been able to get kills on short. They've been able to run down mid, even get a few picks there. But the problem is, they're not able to hold down side as well. Tryhards are retaking and are doing it well. So what do you really do about that? So yeah, what they're probably discussing is, how do we stop them? How do we play a little more safely? How do we play a little more passively so we don't get jump shotted like that? What are the different angles that we can now play? Maybe, you know, just plant the bomb and go all the way back towards pit or something. So yeah, just whatever's gonna work for them, because whatever they've been doing definitely isn't. So yeah, just probably rethinking all those things and how to get there, or at least keep the momentum going.
All right. How do we keep the momentum going? How do we set this up? Well, clearly there's been a little bit of a discontent in what these guys are able to afford. I mean, you're looking at... No way. You wanted that op diff. You wanted the op difference, and there it is.
I was waiting for it, and it happened.
Oof,
I'm even gonna keep a counter because it's a 1-2-0, and someone else might just be walking into his crosshair. But hey, we do gotta keep our eyes on Afamon, who has received a lot of damage on towards B side just by utilities.
Uh-oh. This is about to be an execution. And the mid-fire rate is happening. The smoke trying to get through. It actually does do a decent amount of damage to Lopez here. Down to about 31 HP. Let's see.
Now, always has the lurker, always known to have the best timings. Yeah, very deadly for Afamon. He's going to be losing his life there for over-regressing, but Indigo already present there as the anchor, as the last guy alive on B side, is going to be holding it down. But on the flip side, mid is being contended for as well, as Isam is going to be walking out with the MAC-10, fighting and getting the kill, and letting these guys go towards B. Indigo, all in your hands. All on their line. Oh, but not for long as well. What do you really do when there's 3 people jumping on you?
Well, right now, I think that we're going to have to see another split. We're going to have to see these low players getting punished. Lopez, pretty low right now, but I don't think that they're going to want to go for it. They can't even find the op that has been lost. So even with that immediate first pick, it really did come down to the fact that B site was not being properly held, and it's going to be now tied game, 4-4.
Pretty much. Really nice B split. I mean, hey, part of it was just done by tryhards, right? The way Afamon pushed B and just, you know, weakened a pillar that was there on B side, that was just that was like the free ticket for B. Big Head to just rush, waltz inside B side and just take it for them as if it was free. So yeah, they did exactly that, and tryhards definitely need to work on being a little more passive there. I mean, sure, you have to be aggressive early rounds, you know, get those areas, contend for a long, and that's what they've been kind of doing, but they have been losing their lives there as well. So yeah, Big Head doing a really good job of shutting down any kind of aggressiveness coming through from tryhards. But yeah, they definitely need to look forward to finding a balance between that.
Here we go. A new timeout, this time being called by tryhards, as we said, but it does really highlight the fact that tryhards, they still get a decent buy here. Their loss bonus is practically nothing, but they've won pretty much 3 rounds in a row before that last one, so they've managed to build up the bank, and with their investments doing fairly well, it's just going to come down to the slow pace playstyle that they have, and I think they do have a shot here, but I'm looking at an interesting change of pace. Karam, previous map train opper, is giving the op role over to Now.
Maybe he's just a little too tired of holding that big gun, but will Now be able to prove that he is the better opper, but only time's gonna tell. On the other side, do keep in mind Indigo still has his op in his hands. Maybe even a double? That's interesting. Afamon is gonna be giving a shot to it too. Well, I mean, hey, that's kind of what I wanted from these guys. I was telling them to be a little more passive. Oh, that's so much damage. 8 HP left. Not good for Afamon. It's going to be chipped right off the bat when the round starts. Here's the B-Rush coming through. The Molly's not going to be stopping the MAC-10s, but hey, somehow still gets the shot down. A lot of damage being dealt by the Molly's, and the spray is really good as well. Martin doubling it up and only leaving 2 of Big Heads alive. B-Rush is never a good idea like that.
So unfortunate that they were able to turn it around like that, and now, oh, it's 2v4. Afamon, the only person to fall. Martin still alive, wants to continue the spree, and you do have one player in upper tons wanting to now push on up, and I think he might get spun. No, he crosses safely. Mollies are here. They get a little bit of info. They know that there's one back site. And they're just having to line up that flashbang. The second it gets thrown, they're going to explode on this point. And here it goes. One out. Decoy fully blind, and it's going to be one and done. And that's going to be Martin with another one out of ammo. It's just McGee on the back of sight. Might be able to find another, but he's out of bullets.
Only. So unlucky, so unfortunate. He could have made something out of it. But hey, their play, Tryhard's retake was really perfect. Setting someone up in tunnels and the rest of them coming through doors. The flashes were on spot, and even the trades, right? Because they were quite literally looking at the wrong angle when they entered side. But hey, the trade is there, and that makes up for it. And that is exactly what happens when you also don't have numbers advantage. So yeah, 5-4, Tryhards once again with an amazing retake. We saw a number of them on train, and now we're seeing them again on Dust 2 as well.
Here we go. Number of turnarounds yet again. I'm looking a decent buy. Might be coming out. But they know that there was one player suicide. Martin wanting to get aggressive here. Again, this is very similar to their Inferno strat. Just keep holding W, keep making space, and wait.
I don't think
He didn't see it. Yeah. He didn't see the head. Oh, unfortunate.
Neither of them know about each other, but Martin, a little too hyper aware. He's going to be holding it down and is going to be getting the pick and the jail-free card as well.
Solid. Just solid to turn that game around. And now, what's the plan? What's the gameplay here? Is it going to be just another long push? But, okay, this time we're seeing the crossfire properly built up. Indigo's going to be on cat with the op 2. You got one on card. You got one on backside. As long as Nito just plays a little bit more patient, he can get a lot of value here.
I mean, yeah, sending Indigo over to short is really smart because, well, rationally, Big Hits should be clearing out short again, but now they are pushing long and they don't know about Nito, and before they can check him, and Nito's going to be swinging. Good for one only, though. Martin and Indigo should be there soon enough, and yes, they are with the picks. Indigo dropped down, but hey, he is as good with the op as he always was. There's the head. Have him on a little cautious. But well.
Wait, you could self-boost up there? Huh.
Yeah, they had it Dust 2.
It's been a while since I actually got to have the honor of casting Dust 2. But wow. Just wow. Okay. 6-4. Remember, this was an 8-4 last game, and we're kind of on the same tracks, especially now that Big Head is kind of broke again.
They really are. Well, it is going to be an eco round for them once again, and honestly, with just Glocks, there's really nothing much you can do, so it's at least wise to invest into a P250, which is now who's going to be doing that. Nito on the other side, just waltzing through. They hear him coming, but can they really stop him? Because, hey, it's an M4, and look at that. The guy who wasn't looking at him is going to be able to take him down. Karam on the other side, somehow staying alive.
Nice shot.
Pig, but, well, they are being destructed right now. One by one head after another.
Oh my god, he's crouching underneath all the bullets. He's managing to evade everything to get this up, and now Afamon on the flank might be able to just
knife another. No.
Nah,
could have been.
Just a murder spree. It would have been funny. I think it would have been a little bit interesting.
And even the irony that it was Afamon again. Well. But hey, the eco round is going to be giving Tryhards their 7th round, and they finally have once again, or at least for the last time, are going to have to deal with the AKs on this map.
What am I looking at here? Why are they? It's the last round. They're pulling out a Hail Mary stack play, but okay. They don't find much value out of it, and they're using 2 smokes to stall long, but they still have 0 info. They have no idea where the bomb actually is.
I mean, lucky for them, Big Hits weren't exactly going fast anywhere, so they did have time to reposition, and well, they do have now 2 players holding short, and that's exactly where Big Head seems to be coming out of. Flash it ready, Rage Machine. Please do not miss the timing on this, and he won't. The trade is there, though. Opening up short slightly, not entirely. Indigo. Really aware of what's happening. But is he going to walk into the crosshair of an op? Oh, barely misses the timing, and he's going to get the better of Karam once again. That is huge, and that is so unfortunate for Karim. He was holding that angle exactly.
That's bomb. Oh no, it's right in a prime position here. Indigo gets a clean flick, makes it look easy, but now it's going to be Ism's trying to dime, and boom, it's going to be the double op. Too much, and they both drop, leaving us in an 8-4 half, and an 8-4 for tryhards. Best of 5. This isn't end of game yet. We got a few more, and tryhards just really showing up here.
I mean, the way I don't. Hey, tryhards 8-4, amazing. Just rewinding back a little, the way Indigo shoots and flicks away, it's really, as you said, he just makes it look easy. So yeah, really good opper. Pretty much the best so far that we've seen in Plausible, but hey, more to come. For now, all he really has is a pistol to work around with, and a really interesting approach. They aren't going entirely split up.
Splitting up, searching for clues. It works fairly well for this team's to default. And you look on over at the big head when there's only so many people, when you see that tryhard's original plan is actually to just congeal back in mid, they can easily just keep pushing it up.
For sure. Climbing up short seems like they do want it to end on A, but that is going to be based on how much response or how much restriction they receive from a side, because there are 3 people there defending it. 2 of them just completely locked on towards long, and only 1 defending side. And since it is a USP versus Glock, Miguzera momentarily even might be in the advantage here.
Here we go. Yeah, CT's boom.
Clean.
That's one pick. Another pick down. And can they keep being clean? No, unfortunately, it starts getting a little bit dirty here. And that's that cleaner shots coming out from long. And boom, 2 down, clean as ever. And that's Applemon with a double. Huge plays. So smart.
Nito is an amazing addition to this team, honestly. He's been doing so much. We've seen him make so many critical plays, even on the last map on Train. We saw his clutches, we saw his 1v2s, and even now, you know, just getting that Glock pick, instantly picking up the USP and smashing another head. Yeah, just stuff Nito can do. And yeah, just paving away the round for tryhards, because Big Head, they were doing really well. They were able to, you know, shut down 2 people coming through short, and he just walks in and just changes the entire table. Yeah.
Turns it like that. Very smart, very well played. Here we go. Applemon clearing the smoke. They're going to find that this site is unfortunately empty. And boom. That's half his HP gone thanks to the scout. And there's 1.
Yes,
there's
sir.
2. Indigo. Hold up. He's holding it down. And look at this. But it's actually the trade-ups with the pistols. They managed to find 2. And boom. What a swing. That's guns upgrades. And that is a bomb plant. Now, with this Galil in hand, with these newfound weapons, a scout and a Galil, is it enough?
They don't have armor to work around with, so for the AK it's just at most 2 shots, or maybe even a wall, just 3, so I mean, the hardest thing about going against an AK without armor is how much aim punch you get. You really cannot aim once you're being shot at, so this should be hard for these guys to do. Not if they can land the first bullets! Team kill! Oh no!
Oh my god, that Lopez just tossed. He tossed it. What? Oh, that's so unfortunate. And tryhard's taking that round means it's double digits. It's that hurts.
That hurts. It does. It pains me in the heart. That was going the right way for these guys. They were able to get the first pick. They had the AK down. Oh boy. Well, that is Counter-Strike for you, Edu. Roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, roller coaster of emotions. And imagine you are the big head. You are on that team. How do you... Wait, tryhards called a timeout. Not the big head. The tryhards team called a timeout halfway after that happened. So what this meant is they just watched the team pretty much int that round and said, hey guys, think about your actions. They don't need this timeout. They're already up so much right now.
They don't need it anymore, at least, because what Big Head did was, oh my god. Let's just, you know, keep it there. Let's just grieve on it, because, well, yeah, I think none of us should have gotten to see that. So
Let's see. The big head. They have the rifles now. No ops. One person that we really highlighted was Karam last game. He's 3-13 this game. Right. So if they need to turn this around, they just need to get everybody on their team on the same page. Because we're also not seeing a lot of assists. We're not seeing the best flash util here coming out from this guy. So if he's not going to be getting utility assists, then he's going to have to start getting some real good picks.
pretty much, I mean, hey, it's exactly what we were talking about before the game started. But never mind, I'm going to hold on to that thought because Now is in a little bit of trouble. They're still getting away with 2 somehow before getting traded out by Martin. That is some good value. Tryhards, though, still alive. But yeah, change of mind is necessary because that is going to be attracting a lot of big heads towards A site. But they are split up pretty evenly across the map. We do see 2 of the players kind of anchoring B side, not exactly from inside it, but oh, I can remind. They are going to eventually be AB inside.
And now we're underneath a minute left here for the T side to really find some value, and they're still chilling in their spawn. They're waiting for that aggressive play, but you know, that's the thing. They're waiting for an aggressive play coming out of long doors. Martin's got mid lockdown. They're gonna have to start, you know, grouping up and maybe pushing through, but
Is sending the Galil out really the wisest idea at first? But yeah, because they're just making light work out of both of those.
yeah. Wait, it's just Martin.
It is just him indeed, 1v4. We have seen those before, but the problem is
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Ugh. A little bit unfortunate, but somebody needed to slow down Tryhards, so that early round amount of damage definitely helped him out. I will say, I think that they're playing a little bit too respectful of the big head, and after calling out, that's the change of pace. It's a little bit disappointing. I think that what they need to do is just keep on locking in with their very aggressive plays, because to be honest with you, they're finding these players out by just holding that W key.
They definitely are, but now Tryhard's finally at a disadvantage, and a little hope for big heads to get another round and maybe, you know, keep the hope alive for a few more maps of the series. Should be able to do so. Lopez not really committing to the spray there because he knows a lot of terrorists, a lot of Tryhards are going to be following that line, but nobody really does. Still do keep in mind, though, these guys can be deadly with the Tech 9, so...
The Tekken Tech 9. We're welcome to a new fighting game scene. Let's see it. Right now, though, the Tekken Tech 9s are going to be taking some more space up in tunnels. Lots of alliteration here as they're all in, trying to push on into mid now. As long as they stick together, they can find the opener.
Definitely can. The problem is, it is Dust 2. You can't exactly explode out of anywhere without being sprayed down, and everything is just being perfectly held. Nothing is unwatched.
There's no util for this team to explode in with. They have to get someone to misstep, and it's not going to happen. Unless, wait, that's an incredibly low MP9. And at that distance, it might be able to get a pick. And now there's going to be one over by Carr, but it's the mid play, and that's going to be 2 down. 3, oh, huge from now. But look at the mid flank. It's 1. It's 2. And 18 seconds. Has enough time to get a little bit aggro here, but split up. And they have to just rush the site. And if they get the gun, it's definitely doable. Looking around. Spots him. 5 seconds. Has to now isolate the fight. And there's no time.
Niggas are smart enough to not take that fight. Oh boy, that was close. That could have been something, but hey. Kudos to Nito for even bringing it to that point. 6-10 now, as we expected. But this is finally the point where Tryhard, so surprisingly, they don't have the economy still. But, well, it's going to be the Deegs again, as you. Can they land these shots once again? because that is what pushed them up in the previous map, and that might just be what they need in this one as well.
Definitely a possibility for that. Now, wait a minute. We're seeing a split push now, baiting out a lot of utility over towards long, but Nito, I'm looking at where he is. He's the lurk, and he's the hero rifle, so they're going to have to rely on their pistols again, and not having that entry power. Maybe Nito is trying to find an opener that can get them a gun, but the way he's playing is really passive for him to be the one holding onto this rifle. I would think that he'd just give it over to someone like Rage Machine, so Rage can entry like Rage does.
Isn't gonna be having the opportunity to do that this time around, because hey, Nito has been doing really well as well, so why not just hand it over to him? The problem is, once again, tryhards, they've considerably slowed down once again, because hey, no util to work around with, just a smoke in Indigo's hands, and 2 flashes, I believe. So yeah, only a single chance is all that they're gonna get to enter somewhere, and they better make it worth it.
All right. Giving a lot of utility over. Gonna try to... Okay, not flashing in the rifle. Instead flashing in the Tech 9 because of movement speed. Wait, okay. Interesting pre-fire coming out there. And the flash is going to be online, but...
Well,
nice.
There you go.
Indigo able to get one. The jump shot, another one down, and then it's the player from heaven. It's the catwalk that gets another clean pick. 15 seconds, they smoked across. They have to get the bomb play, and they do successfully get away. And now,
it's so
Indigo.
good. The way these guys are able to coordinate, the way these guys are able to time it out, just pop flashing, going out, and after that, also coordinating with the short player, just amazing. But now what we have on our hands is a retake coming through, which is going to be shut down instantly by Nito and Indigo. It's just beautiful. It's just try hard things.
It's just try hard things for sure. I mean, just a team that knows exactly what they need to do and does it well. I'd say incredibly consistently. So now 6-11. I'm looking at a little bit of a change up here with the big head not having the best buys, not having exactly what they need, and kind of a shutdown, to be honest with you. Might see a little bit of value from the Swag 7, I guess, if we do see Afamon pushing in there, but no guarantees.
No guarantees indeed, and with that, tryhards have pretty much opened up into long, and doesn't really give them a reason to go back. But the problem is they are being flanked by 2. Big Machine is going to go check, and he's going to be greeted by Lopez. Does he know about the other? Well, it doesn't matter if he does or not. He is going to get that kill eventually, which is going to be only leaving 2 of them. Tryhard still taking out pretty slow. Leaving out long, because, well, look at that. Afamon already out in the open on B side, and he's just screaming to his teammates, guys, B is open, come here. And yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
Ooh, good dodge. A little bit low. Now, I think the idea that he's thinking is, do I fight? Do I hide? Do I run? Do I strike? And that's going to be Martin taking out mid, but what about that swag? It's on the ground now, and there's the flank from Afamon to really pincer. Another 6-12 half line. We might be seeing a pretty similar scoreline to our first game here, and to be honest with you, when you take a look at tryhards, they know what they need to do. All they got to do is lock it in. So, is that the plan? Is that the method of the madness? Is right now, you look over at Big Head, who is going into this with a Hero MP9.
I mean, hey, if that's what you want to call it, sure. Because he is going to have to show us a lot of heroics to get the big heads out of the situation. Tryhards once again just pretty evenly trying to gain map control. And honestly, they have been doing it really, really well. Showing presence towards long, also raking some chaos on towards mid, and then just inserting the lurk into B side. Yeah, they're just playing around with the big heads right now, and it has been working out for them very well.
Now, no. Going for a knife check here.
Good
the
flash!
From his teammate though. Oh, but unfortunately he gets just pick up down. It's gonna be the nade to try to shine through, but Lots of damage being dealt, and now has to keep going, but through the smoke, he's executed. Afamon blind, only has his ears to work with, and he manages to find one. Karam able to grab the backup, and that's the backdrop. 50 seconds here as another pick comes through.
4v3. Barely any guns to work around, with only a single AK-47 recovered in the hands of a Karam, I believe. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Pretty good timing there, but hey, just the Deagle, what could he have really done there? Finding some value out of his 5.7, but the problem is Tryhard's already out on B side.
I think it's going to come down to Indigo's op here. Definitely in a position to hit all of these angles, and Martin's able to be good for one. The flash is coming out, but will we be able to see the actual execution? There's no more utility for the CT side. Indigo's op gets one, and Indigo's op is about to get two. I can feel it. There's just not a lot of utility to try to counter it. And wait, Martin, boom, execution with 6-13 scoreline. Very reminiscent of our first match.
Definitely is very reminiscent. I mean, hey, it wasn't exactly going the same way for Tryhards, but that was the story in the previous match as well. No, they didn't really start off that well. They were having a little bit of troubles. Once they get in their groove, once they understand the game, and once they really understand how their opponent is approaching the game, in this case, it was Big Heads, it's over for the other guys. So yeah, Tryhard just once again showing us how good they are at adapting, how good they are just completely changing their entire strat to the game. Just, you know, they were playing it out really aggressively at start, but they just slowed down instantly and changed their paces, and boom, there you have it, they're winning. So yeah, this was pretty much the second game of this series. Keep in mind, it is a BO5, so Big Heads still do have the chance of taking this back, but the next map is pretty much going to be the decider. If Tryhards are able to win it, it's going to be over for Big Heads, and Tryhards is going to be the champion. But before we see that, we are going to be going to a short break, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Stand up, time to take the red pill to make this our world. Gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go. Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't gotta sit in, I plan, and I found out that I can execute. If I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom, read some books, something written, watch the best. Teach a system I invest, never hidden, I ain't scared. Ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing. Yeah. You realize lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Real lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Purpose is better than any drug you could ever think. If you know why you're doing something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
Lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
I swear to God, I've been at it for a minute. Climbing to the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting and building up in a million different ways. I don't think I can stop, I think I need the chase. I love the race, and I'm running till I'm first place. Long nights, long flights, I'ma make it big. Big dreams, big sights since I was a kid. Doing things that I like, let the pieces fit. I like the pain, feel alive when I'm under it. I could change, adapt, do what I need to. All these obstacles, they looking see-through. Don't let the anger out, just let it feed you. I'll see you at the top, just let me teach you.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like a soldier, in the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight on. Yeah, I got a different mind.
And welcome back, everybody, to the grand finals here of the Season 3 CS2 PG tournament. Of course, Plausible Gaming setting us up with some insanely tight matches here. Both the first and the second round of this best of 5 going in a 6-13 fashion. And now we're jumping on into arguably the best map here for Tryhards, Nuke. Aller, how we feeling?
Honestly, we saw these guys yesterday on Nuke, and they were dirty. They were nasty. They weren't even playing how Counter-Strike is supposed to be played. But hey, this time around, it is not blinders that are against them. It is gonna be the big hits. And honestly, it's really how I was explaining it first, because you can do those things when your opponent isn't as skilled, but you cannot when you are gonna be receiving a lot of retaliation, because you are going to be receiving a lot of utility. You're going to be receiving some good gunplay. So yeah, not exactly how it's going to be today. Probably tryhards are going to have to, be a little serious about it. But once again, we did see that they were insane on getting those picks. So yeah, insane on getting those picks, insane on getting those rounds. But we are also going to be talking about what you can get out of this stream. So Edgy, do you remember a little giveaway going through there? Do you remember, something Plausible Gaming has set up for these guys?
Absolutely. And of course, if you guys want to get picked for this giveaway, you guys just have to check out the gleam.io link and make sure that you are checking out our YouTube channel, checking out all of the medias that it links, and each one retrospectively gives you a new entry. And of course, if you keep on watching, we will have yet another code to give out for 20 additional entries for the chance to win a StatTrak M4A1S and a StatTrak AK-47. Now, if you're looking to get some nice skins, stick around, because this giveaway is going to be coming to a conclusion soon if Tryhard starts cooking up even more.
For sure is the case, and will they? We get to see it now. Already trying to cross towards Secret, but now has the perfect angle. Is going to be getting a pick out of it. But Martin, look at that. Before he even crosses, is going to be getting a pick. Almost got the Heaven one as well. Definitely warranting a rotate from Big Heads. And, well, man advantage also was neutralized, so it is a 4-4 now. Problem is, not all of them are here on site yet. There are some. Oh my god, that is dirty. SM already opening it up by the headshot onto Nito and leaving Martin alone on site. And 4 of Big Heads are going to be coming through ramps, though. This is going to be a shooting range for Martin right now, and he is making it seem like one, because there you go. Back to back, both 4 headshots. Absolutely crazy.
Okay, well, Tryhard's kind of showing why they like Nuke. Who would have thought? Locking it in like this, very clean. And now, as we are getting on into our second round, the question does come down. Will Big Head be going for a force, or will they be going for save? Or will Tryhards be doing more of these pistols? And obviously, you could talk about Martin's 4K all you want, Jesus Christ. But it does come down to actually them respecting their opponents. Another round of a lot of rifles. And these are some pretty big buys for second round. Nice. Yeah, and pretty solid gameplay. And as we get this going again, more AKs being purchased, more power to the people. Big Head is now going to be able to get this in. Let's see it. 0-2. 1 pick down already, now gone. And now you do see a lot of players over in trophy room about to swing into Lopez, and that's going to be 1 executed down. Alphamon of all players to shine through, but it's Martin who's already gotten an ace worthy of kills. And now Lopez has the opportunity to just try to get more picks, but the flash is missed. It's hit his teammates, and they're walking right through into smokes. Lopez, right up close and personal inside, and that's going to be a spray down 1 here, too. And that is the swing, the flank from Lopez. Everybody is getting all these picks down. Lopez a little bit flustered, starts shooting his teammates. He gets afraid. I think he is a great player if he just is told to kill everything in the room, regardless of affiliation.
Alone again in a 1v3, and is gonna be walking in a lot of enemies if he chooses to go that route. Holding on to his AK is probably a wise decision as well. As well, that way he can buy another teammate the next round.
All right. Decent save. Makes sense to save it. Keep your KD pretty as well. Not too shabby. I like what we're seeing. But at the end of the day, they did notice, okay, getting shut down is insane. It's just insane. It's a shutdown that Lopez can bring to the table that wasn't really anticipated by Tryhards. So now Tryhards has to rethink their entire, B ramp sided execute. And if they can rethink and execute, then Big Head can rethink maybe taking this to map number 4.
For sure, and they are seeming like it might as well win the series entirely. So.
All right. Nito pushing up. I will say, I'm kind of surprised that they're not taking their outside aggression nearly as much as they did against the other team in the semifinals against Blinders. But this is why they do it. It just works.
It just works indeed. Nito just finding a pick like that and just opening up their way. For Secret, that is going to be their call, Big Head's call, to move down towards B side. Megazera already there. Hearing a lot of enemies. Can be good for one, maybe. Now they know he's here. But Indigo focusing on other people too. Megazera just waiting for someone to walk in on him, and Rage Machine is gonna be the one to say yes to that. A good amount of kills secured. And now they can do whatever they want all over the map.
There you go. Good flank, and no one expects it. What is Indigo doing there? Like, even if any player was in that position, they would not have anticipated that someone would be just chilling in lobby. So a really solid round here for Tryouts yet again, and unfortunately, that means the Big Head is pretty much on their last limbs of economy. The only person on their team that's positive is Lopez for the one pop-off round that this team did have. And you look on over, we might see some Deeg plays. I mean, we have Megazera being able to lock it in with hopefully a long-distance shot. He's had some really solid aim in the first map and second map, so maybe the third map is his new home.
Maybe it is. We have seen some great things from him, and we have seen that he has pretty good aim. Can he put that to use? But for now, we are going to be seeing him throwing a few punches with Afamon, but no real damage to be seen. Only half HP. Lopez there. There we go. The crouch peek is there. The crouch hold is there. 6 bullets left. Relying on the taps. Oh boy! A little miscalculation there by Afamon, but on the other side, his teammates are gonna be getting a lot of work done. Oh no!
Nice.
Good
And
stuff.
there we go. 1v1. Martin needs to get the bomb plant. The door's already open.
He knows exactly where he is. Cause well, either he's window or he's doors. But Martin hasn't. Never mind. The angle he's holding is just waiting for Karam to push out, waiting for him to make a change.
I don't think Karam needs to. I mean, they know that the bomb is on the opposite side of B, so it does just come down to the aim, and he gets impatient. And the timing. Oh my god, the timing.
Martin holding the door right now. It's so good. This is so good.
Way. And that's bomb. 15 seconds.
Can definitely get the bomb down, but the problem is the door is open. And all it's going to take is one bullet for Karam to take him down.
That's insane. That is insane. And now, a shutdown like this. Pretty damn clean. 2 to 3. You're looking at, honestly, a complete lockout here with maybe a couple more rounds for Karam to shine, as that last clutch was nearly whiffed on the timing, but now he's got an op in hand. Now he's got a positive KD. Now he's got more rounds on the board. The Big Head, they need Karam to keep up this kind of momentum, because last game, he didn't show up.
He didn't indeed, but now he is. And that's all that counts because they really need it right now. But once again, looking at tryhards. Approaching outside. Oh boy, Rage Machine getting shot through the wall. That nade! You shouldn't be... Yeah, when it's Martin, you really cannot afford to blow up smokes like that. Because, well, that is going to be giving him 2 free picks right off the bat.
Nice pick. And another trade-off. This time Indigo's able to be good for 1, but it's just Rage Machine executed, and the bomb is going to be making its home in lobby. Now, the floorboard's looking extra cold, but can we see the 2 players on the CT side getting just as chilly? Is this going to be cold feet for them? Affamon wanting to get on in as their team ready and rearing, but it does come down to the aim. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Very smart. Giving the gun to the guy with more HP.
For sure, but can he put it to use? Because it might as well be a spray down for Lopez here.
Wait, they give up the bomb for a second?
They are playing it out for the trade.
Did you just get the bomb?
There you go.
Oh, but the execution. Martin actually picks up a gun. Misses a lot of opportunities there, but they might line up for this. And no, it's going to be an absolute execution. Big Head tying the game.
Perfectly played, playing it out for the trade. They know they eventually have to come, pick up the bomb, and very, very likely come to a site. So yeah, just good decision making there. That is going to be giving them the 3rd round, and now we move on. I mean, hey, it is also going to be neutralizing the scoreboard too for these guys, so that's good. The problem is, Big Heads, they have always been able to manage to get up to this point, but can they continue with the momentum? And to be honest, as you can see, it's Deagles on the other sides, and we do know what tryhards is capable of with these Deags.
There we go. Oh. Nita. Okay. Not going to be able to find too much value. But the pistols, I don't rule them out yet. Okay, that's now getting a decent pick and not getting too aggressive. This is the biggest thing that separates good players from bad, being able to know when it's too much. And now, he's gone. So they are able to get out of there. Unfortunately, for the side of tryhards, they have to commit to a long push. But remember those shots. Give yourself a call back to yesterday where we saw some insane long plays with the Deags, but they're not committing. Tryhards is, honestly, I would argue they're afraid.
They are indeed as well. They have now met, finally, a bunch of heavy hitters that is going to be Big Heads, and they may have been winning against them, but they are a little scared of the kind of shots that they've been receiving, so they have to be really careful about this. 30 seconds on the clock, 4 people alive. What do you really do? Eventually have to go somewhere, and B ramps it's going to be. A little bit of a team flash, but, well, not too bad. Is going to let them get 2 picks. Affamon struggling a little, but not for too long because a nasty headshot has been delivered. But that is all he's going to be capable of doing this round.
Here we go. Here we go. A lead. This is the first time the Big Head has been in a lead in a game since Train. So, actually, yeah, no, wait. It's not a lead. Well, now it is, but last time on Train, it was tied 3-3 before tryhards were able to really turn it around. This is the first time today that Big Head is in a lead here this late into the game. With now it being round 8, we're looking at the half slowly coming closer and closer to its end. And now we're looking at the fact that tryhards has to have managed to find some kind of damage dealing, and they're just getting shut out. Okay, we can't go B, we can't go long, so now we have to push lobby, but it looks like they're just so confused as to where they have the room to push that they're stuck in spawn.
Exactly, no space being allowed to these guys, so all they can really do is play passive and wait for the pushes to come through, and maybe then they can punish someone and pave the way to go to either of the sites. But yeah, being extremely passive is going to be the call for these guys this round. The secret guy, Affamon, doesn't even have his gun out, but I don't really think that's important because, well, a Glock is all he has. Chasing him down, though, because, well, that is a free bait, a free target. look at how quickly he was able to go back. Oh no! The door wasn't open. A bit of miscalculation that might just cost him his life. Yes, sir, it will.
Oh, Martin! Martin! Oh my god, he just executes 2 like that. And Lopez is going to be able to drop after Lopez gets 2. Lopez is the B player. He knows how to lock it, but the bomb's on the ground. There's one player over by control, but
Oh!
what a flick from Indigo!
Turning things around, turning the rounds around. This is what we know these guys for. Big plays like that coming through from Martin. And honestly, even Afamon getting that one with just the Glock, insane.
Let's see this. I'm looking at the op in Indigo's hand again. I'm also looking at the op in Karam's hand. We've seen this battle, but now that it's tied 4-4, and unfortunately for the big head team, they lose this, they're broke. Dryhearts has fundage. They got the money. They have the loss bonus adding up, and oh my god, Afamon gets 1. Afamon gets 2. Great read, and that's Martin getting now. Now it's just going to be a 2v5, and unfortunately, the last 2 are huddled up over at A.
Such a quick round, such early picks. It wasn't even a push before it was stopped. Afamon reading them like a book, and well, pretty much is over for big heads in this round. The off has also been dropped, so that is going to be hurting their economy a little bit.
Let's see it. We do see the CT slowly crawling underneath the floorboards, but wait a minute. Bomb going high. Might get a bomb plant. Zero wants to try to just get some exit frags. It's a 1v5. Not much you can do, but he's going... he loses the tap fire, and that's actually the distance that really matters. So, at the end of the round, we do apologize for a little bit of the POV crash there. It happens. Counter-Strike 2, indie development game. It's only Valve. So, looking at what we got now, 4-5. Big Head losing their lead. Might have the opportunity to build it back up, but how many times have we seen an 8-4?
None, dare I say? Or maybe 1?
No, we've gotten an 8-4
Oh, we have,
every
yeah,
time.
my memory just clicked. A little bit of short-term memory loss.
So I think that it might be a good shot. Maybe we could see a change of it, though. I'm thinking 7-5, honestly.
Yeah, even if it's 7-5, you gotta look at how Afamon is making quick work of these guys. Still though, dropping that AK is definitely not good for these guys, and they have can definitely deal a lot of damage.
Clean. And now it's just going to be that AK that Afamon lost in the hands, as you said, of Karam, but it's time for him to carry more, and that's the pick, and there's the ops down. Will they actually grab it? Yes, they will be committing to the op bit. Surprisingly, they dropped an M4, or dropped an AK-4 and M4 here.
Two
so
of them.
Yeah, very, very interesting idea there, and I'm wanting to see if it's going to find that value that they're looking for.
I mean, hey, it is tryhards at the end of the day, so we've known them for doing a little bit of weird stuff and just trying to have fun with it. So yeah.
Let's see this. Going on up. Wait a minute. Oh. Hello. Forehead. That's the Og moment there. Oh! Now it's time to shine. Og might just be the play. We've seen the SG yesterday, but I think the Og might be a newfound favorite here for now if he just keeps holding like this. He's able to, you know, match the fire rate. Best thing about it, he could spam through these smokes, and it's definitely helping them out, but Afamon trades out. We still have some players long splitting up, but look at how distant the T's are from each other. Martin and Rage Machine could not be at further points in the map right now.
Definitely cannot be. Big Head having the advantages this round. They really shouldn't be throwing it away, as Martin is going to be lurking out back. Already deep inside enemy lines. Nobody really knows about him, so he can't get away with a pick or two, but he's going to walk into it. Oh, this is so smart. Look at that. Easy free kill on now, but they now do know about him. 40 seconds on the clock, more than enough to work around with.
Wait, no, they don't know about him. He's using an M4A1S. Because Martin didn't actually see him before he died, they have like a barely amount of information. The M4A1S pickup actually is really helping this team out quite a bit, but now they know, okay, both these players are going to be here. Let's see this. A little bit of a molly. And perfect. Burns off Heaven, 18 seconds, executes onto Ism, and that's going to be huge. One more pushing up. It's the op and lobby, but it's now the post plant in a 2v2. Tryhards likes to win these.
Tryhards definitely like to win these. Rage Machine getting the pick, leaving just Karam behind, just an op, jumping around. Has to hit 2 no-scopes or quick scopes to make this work out. Oh, he actually does manage to hit, but it's through the wall. No, or maybe it's a leg. I'm not sure, but whatever it was quite unfortunate.
Yeah, and now, honestly, with a round like that, another 4 to 8 on the potential horizon. You're looking at an insanely close game, getting more and more distance between them. And as it's coming to a close, if Tryhards continues, so will our odds for the giveaway. Remember, we have some secret codes that we want to be giving to you guys right now. So with that being said, make sure that you are using our final code if Tryhards continues, and that's going to be pre-made Operish. Orperish.
Pre-made or perish? Perish?
Pre-made or I'm
pre-made
dumb.
or perish.
Pre-made or perish. Okay, it's about the LFG. Yeah, I'm very good at reading words. It's one word, pre-made or perish, and of course it's going to be in the chat. Reading comprehension is tough, but what we do know is the fact that if you guys use that code, you get 20 additional entries over at our Gleam.io giveaway for that chance at a StatTrak M4A1S and, of course, a StatTrak AK-47. So make sure you do use that code. And, of course, if you guys are also joining us and you don't know where to use that code, there will be a link in the Twitch chat, link in the YouTube chat channel. And if you haven't joined the Discord, which is one of the tasks on the giveaway, make sure to do, because there is more information on how you could potentially earn 50 whole entries by getting yourself a role in our Discord as well. And if you guys like Counter-Strike, PUBG action, our LFG tool is the best at finding yourself a new way to get a group together and get these games going. So with that being said, holler, let's get these games going.
Let's get these games going indeed. And with that, we are now at the last round of this half with the big hit, with not a lot of good guns, I believe, just MP9s, and well, that is definitely not a fight Karam should be taking, because he's not landing any shot if he does. But look at that, the perfect nade cover blow, and Karam is going to be finding Afamon, who was trying to get up close to him. Good pick, good kill. Not a kill you're supposed to see, but Nito just retaliating perfectly in time. Cat-like reflexes there, getting 2 of big heads early on. Good damage to start with. But the tables once again have been turned around, and well, it is just MP9s at the end of the day.
It's not easy. It's not going to be... But that's the pick that really makes it open up the opportunity. With Rage Machine now gone, that is going to be a rifle available. But wait, oh, he sees the shadow. Oh my god, he sees the shadow. The drop in, he's anticipating it, but he's good for 2. Indigo whiffs those, and that's going to be a huge round, but Martin's flank isn't finding much value. Hold up, you have one Heaven. The timings are real, but the nade, it's slowing him down. 30 seconds. Martin does not have the bomb, knows that this one close because the door and the wall bang. Execution. Both of the players now grouping up. No one's in Heaven. No more pincer maneuver, but the bomb, it's stuck in hut. Flashes out.
Gets it back.
Grabs the bomb.
10 seconds.
He can go plant. He's out.
This is have to deny. But can they? Because he's in cover.
They can't.
He's going to be able to get it. There you go. Already up too close. He needs to get the gun out. Oh, man.
If he didn't go for the flashbang, he definitely would have been able to get the drop on Lopez.
Definitely.
But instead, because he had the flash out, because he didn't pull out the right weapon, he had to backpedal to get time for the other one. Just the tiniest of misplays. But holler, it's not an 8-4, it's a 5-7, a chance for turnaround.
Definitely is a chance for turnaround, and it gives them big hits a little bit of more advantage against Tryhards. But hey, we have seen these guys, we have seen them playing Nuke, and well, if they play it in their own unconventional way, oh boy, big hits are going to be in trouble. Starting off with the timeout.
Ooh, okay. definitely something that I'd say that both of these teams need a timeout right now. I think that a little bit of these rounds have been down to some misplays. Obviously, you have the hero plays, the misplays, but at the end of the day, I think one of the biggest slept on facts is that these players don't know where their shadows go. A lot of information has been gathered just because of the new lighting system in Counter-Strike 2 compared to Go. You're seeing, take for example that last round, they tried to drop in, but they were giving up their position because of the shadow. You saw the same thing happen on B site. You saw the same thing happen over and over again on our previous 2 maps, where the shadows and the positioning, you're not safe because the sun's giving you away.
I mean, yeah, the shadows are a very important part of Counter-Strike right now. They added a separate graphic setting which you can use to not lose performance, but also not lose these shadows, because they definitely give you an advantage. And well, these players do try their best to memorize them, especially on maps like Ancient, where there's a lot of lights, a lot of lamps. On Nuke as well. On Nuke, did you know that on the entirety of B side, there is always a shadow being created by you from specific angles, like maybe you're under and someone is on the railing. There's always going to be a shadow. That's just how it works. And yeah, Nuke is basically the deadliest map for such cases.
Yeah, it's a pretty deadly map, but at the end of the day, it's the deadly plays, and that's going to be Miguel getting another one, and boom, 2, might find a third, but execution is high ground. Indigo might get more with the teammates with them, and that's another 2 clean picks to finish it off. Tryhards trying their best to keep that lead, and for the first time at the switch, they keep the pistol round advantage.
Indigo is just, he's at it right now. The first flick on the player would just showed him that he's going to be getting more, and that's exactly what he did. So yeah, pistol round for Tryhards, already setting apart the scoreline, because well, they didn't like it that it was too close, and now it is a 3-round difference to begin with, also putting up better off against big heads economically. So yeah, they're going to be getting those guns, and probably also this round.
Alrighty. You are seeing Deagles in the hands of McGee and Lopez, and Miguel and Lopez are able to just lock this in. That could change things up. A Rage Machine, close quarters, needs to get the timing. Indigo's able to get the info and keep their team at bay. This crossbar is a little bit too tight. Tap, 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 and tapping away. It's now one player seeing red as they're dead, and now it's Now who's unfortunately fallen to join their team, and Nito survives with 4 HP to allow this to be a flawless round.
Flawless indeed. Not a lot of damage received, no armors to be replenished, and a 9-5. What more could you ask for? But on the other side, big heads, they have all that they could ask for right now. AK-47s, a few Golios in their hands, and a little bit of utility on their belt to work around with as well. So this is maybe not the very last, but very likely the very last opportunity that they're going to be getting at winning this championship. Because do keep in mind, if Tryhards are able to take this with them, they are going to be the champions of Season 3, and now it has finally started.
Oh, shots again, and another
3K.
massacre down main as everyone is gone outside of their boundaries. It's just going to be Megazera to really clean it up, but will they actually be able to find the value? Unfortunately, a 1v4, they've gotten a 4K before, but I think with all this pressure, I don't know if they could do it.
I don't know if they can do it either, but for now, this is Megazera, so we can see a 10-5 forming, and after that, as you said, they're not going to be having any money, so bouncing back up from that situation, a situation like this, is definitely going to be very hard for these guys.
.50 here, and he's still trying to push forward. There's no real option outside of just hold that W key and figure it out. Let's find out if they're actually going to do the figure out part as the fight. And that's one. Giving up his position. Holler. It's not going to be easy here as the high ground is just... No one anticipates that spot. And what a round for double digits back on the board for Tryhards.
I mean, Martin did get a kill from that spot in the round early on, but hey, it's just too much to remember. Too many things to process, and that is exactly what's going wrong with Big Heads right now, because Tryhards are just overwhelming them with information right now. Rage Machine already being there, getting 3 kills, just shutting down all of hope of getting this round, and just, yeah, it's despair for Big Heads right now.
Unfortunately. But Are we going to be seeing the same play? No. Looks like this time they are committing to the lobby angle, and that could be all that they need to really set things up for a little bit more success. And Rage Machine getting now the nade plays. This is my favorite part about Counter-Strike is that dynamic smoke. And now it's that dynamic smoked kills, as it's going to be Rage Machine getting a clean. Another pick for this team, as now 3 players are on the bomb plant on the site of A, and they have to hold it.
They indeed do, but will Indigo let them? Tryhards slowing down their pace a little, waiting for any sorts of push to come through, setting up. Martin, flash in hand, ready to be thrown, waiting for the smoke to fade. There you go, it could be perfect, but Lopez is also finding the perfect timing. He doesn't know Rage Machine has crossed though, but does it matter for him? No sir, it doesn't. He's gonna get the kill, one more guy to defend. This could be perfect.
They light up. Oh, they stick it and they get the defuse. Oh, if he didn't run out of ammo, that would have been a clutch.
Oh my god, that was so these guys are having so many unlucky moments. They are getting the picks, they are making the plays. Lopez was there, he got 2 picks. But eventually it just doesn't work out. Why? Because your MAC-10 ran out of bullets. So unlucky.
Yeah, it's just brings a tear to your eye when you watch that happen, and you know that it's just inches away from them actually taking a round. And no. Oh my, Afamon's gone, but not from the same angle. That actually was pushed up in a completely different zone.
I mean, it was a
Indigo.
jump spot, so shouldn't really have happened, but hey.
Okay, now he's on top of red. Oh, boom, baby, that's Indigo. Able to shut this down. Now, wanting to lock this in. Lopez needs to push up, but he's already lost one of his players. The whole team committed together. They have to, but who wins it?
Oh,
It's Karam.
1-1.
All right, keep inching. Keep inching. You do have one player in sewer. About to go for the flank. But honestly, the big head. 60 seconds on the clock here, Holler. They're going to start committing, and it looks like they want to bring the bomb all the way around and into heaven.
Definitely is the case, but they do have one player to deal with. That's going to be Martin. Closing up. Martin also in a very favorable spot for this fight, because, well, he is going to be seeing them first. He's going to be seeing the gun first. He's going to be finding the first one, but instantly traded out by Lopez, opening up the way to go and drop into sight. And Molly is going to be keeping someone from getting there.
All right. Bomb's planted. 2v3. Unfortunately, tryhards are still very spread, and Karam's kind of reading it, but his position with the op here, not exactly great to hold close quarters if Hut does get pushed.
Flash, dodge
Flashes out. Ooh, huge. Traded.
No.
Traded, wait. Nito wins these.
No. 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 This is insane. A 1v3 just like that. Switching between enemies. Tagging another one. Pulling out the pistol and just completely overwhelming and trampling over them.
That's just evil. That is an evil level of gameplay. And unfortunately for this team, you're looking at a complete shutdown. A lockout here. And last time it was 12-6. This time they don't even get that far. And what's funny is they haven't won around this half. You're seeing a complete lock in, lock out. Big Head does have a bye, but Big Head, no more op. And Karam's op was the main reason they got almost all of their picks last round. Oh, a little bit of a bad molly though. Now, great entry.
Good pick. Smoker there, but once again, Rage Machine knows when to blow it off and get the pick as well. Sees another one, tries to take him down too, but reconnecting. Now though, oh, nasty.
You can hear them type good
Yeah,
shot.
no, exactly. That's what I was thinking. The chat instantly popped up.
Oh, there we go. Indigo able to grab that pick up. The flank's a bit too real. It's just going to be McGee again. A 1v2. The last player standing, stuck in warehouse, and his flash gave away his position.
Oh, there you go. Putting an end to it has to be Indigo, of course, with his legendary op, and it is gonna be tryhards for the champions of Plausible Gaming Counter-Strike Season 3. As always, undisputed champions, amazing performance throughout, completely dominating.
Yeah, tryhards, welcome back to your podium. Of course, the undefeated champions of the PGCS Season 3, now coming to a banger of a close. And of course, we ain't quite done. Finally, we want to let you guys know it's been an honor to be your commentators for this event. And of course, tryhards, thank you so much for your skill-based gameplay. Honestly, it's been a blast to watch it. And honestly, Holler, it's been an honor. It's been a very fast season. I mean, for us to commentate, we came in for the semis and the grands, and it was a best of 3 and a best of 5 finished as quickly as possible. So what are your final thoughts regarding this tournament in the gameplay perspective?
Honestly, hey, it's Plausible Gaming. PUBG or Counter-Strike, it is always amazing. And this is Season 3. We have been seeing just as action-packed games in Season 1, in Season 2, and it is pretty much the same story. We joined here in semifinals, and it was a bloodbath by tryhards, and they showed us exactly that today as well. So yeah, just amazing gameplay overall, just really consistent performances, and just amazing Counter-Strike to be seen. And that is really what Plausible Gaming is all about, and that is really what they have been bringing us, and that is what they will be bringing us in the future as well. So yeah, follow us, stay tuned, join the Discord, more tournaments, participate in them as well. You can be the next champion too. And yeah, honestly, just amazing stuff. So yeah, Edu, any last words do you want to say before ending the stream? And we are going to be back with the next one, maybe whenever it happens.
Yeah, well, one final thing for us. Again, we can't put on an event like this without viewers like you. We cannot put on an event like this without making sure that you guys are in our community. It's a community ran event, to be honest with you, and it is the best community ran event that I've had the honor of commentating over. So if you want to join that community, make sure to join the Discord, because if you do, you get 1 entry, and all you do is need 3 for the Gleam.io giveaway. Remember, we are giving away a wonderful stat track M4A1S and a stat track AK-47 Phantom Disruptor. These are some pretty solid skins, and of course you guys can be winning them. And with this being Plausible Gaming's LFG, you're gonna have one more shot at getting 20 entries here. Type in that code Plausible LFG, one word, right here, right now, using that Gleam.io link, and you too can have a shot at winning these. But thank you for being winners in our hearts, for watching our streams, and making sure you support the teams. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
I don't need any help on my own. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You can call me POTUS. I got all the voters.
They be like, really, you got a milli from doing something silly? I'm like, chilly, I've been killing for decades now, Billy. Well, maybe like several years, but who's counting really? I just know how to turn something silly into a milli. Got a lot to say, and a lot need to hear it. You don't quit today, we don't stop, no, we feel it to the top. Yeah, we change our whole world, yeah, we steer it. Getting lost in the things that make us all worth hearing of. I'm the first one to turn up, learn stuff, but mostly I'm just in the lab getting work done. Cause the bills on the first, it's the worst song. I never forget being broke, man, it hurts, son. But not as bad as not having any purpose. I took stabs, this and that, and it's working. But I still grind every day for that thirst. It's a curse being first, yeah, still gotta get my work done.
I'ma be bipolar. Move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motive. I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You could call me POTUS. I got all the voters.
Yeah,
Let's go.
new year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see. Work hard every day, work hard, then we play. I'll be doing everything in my own damn way. Ain't nobody tell me shit, I'm on top of it. Writing hits that make other people feel like writing hits. We gon' get wanna get, never quit. We don't even know what it means to quit. Write it down, what you want, what you need, what you see, everything that you wanna be. Put it out in the world, that's your destiny. In your mind, what you need is to have belief. I'm gonna make it to the top, cause I never stop. My own switch doesn't have enough. I think it's broken, I think it's lost. I guess that's why I never take a loss.
Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe.